Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto secretly runs from Konoha. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Scribe Zero Magic and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1. 12 years ago a great tragedy befell the great village of Kohanagakure, or better known as the village hidden in the leaves. What was this tragedy? Simple, the nine-tailed demon fox suddenly appeared and attacked the village in a rage. However, this came as a shock to some as they knew that the fox was sealed away in Kushina Uzumaki, and that the fox wasn't as evil as everyone thought it was. So for it to suddenly show up and start attacking in a rage was rather suspect, and a source of worry for Kushina's condition as well as those that were with her. And worry they should for shortly after Kushina gave birth to her and her husband Minato Namikaze, otherwise known as the Yellow Flash, and the fourth Hokage's first son Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. A strange man in an orange spiral mask appeared and killed everyone else, and managed to separate Minato from his wife by taking Naruto hostage. This allowed the man to forcefully remove the Kyuubi from Kushina. However, the Kyuubi knew what was going to wind up happening due to this, and quickly sent a message out to the realm of the summoning foxes to relay what's going on to the monkeys, turtles, dogs, toads and any other summons that Konoha uses in hopes of making things better for Naruto after everything blew over. Not that the Kyuubi minded being sealed into the poor boy, as while Minato and Kushina were working on a plan to safely free the Kyuubi, as he wasn't a threat to Konoha and was going to go live in the summoning realm and run the Fox clan. That's not to say the Kyuubi didn't do his best in fighting against the mind control and tried to break free, he did. But whoever the man was knew exactly how to control a tailed beast effectively. Something that bothered the Kyuubi greatly, as only very few people have ever managed to succeed in controlling a tailed beast, let alone him. Only Mandra Uchiha being the first to ever fully control him, and he died some years later as the last person to know how to truly control a tailed beast. So how did this person know how to control him was confusing and frustrating. The noble ninja of Konoha knew none of this, as they valiantly defended their home from the mind-controlled fox. By the time Minato got Naruto ready for the regrettable sealing that he was about to do on him, nearly half of the village's forces were wiped out. Of course, the Kyuubi used the situation to his advantage to take out Danzo and his root with a massive tailed beast blast. Minato noticed where the Kyuubi was aiming and let him fire his attack. To everyone else that didn't know about root, or where its base was located, only saw the Kyuubi blow out a massive hole into the side of the mountain right next to the Hokage mountain. Danzo didn't know what hit him, as he was vaporized along with his ambitions and schemes. He was not missed. After the Kyuubi fired its attack, Minato used the short recharge time to teleport the Kyuubi away from the village and to where Naruto was to preform the sealing, knowing that due to circumstances it would cost him his life. Minato hoped that Kushina would make it so that Naruto wasn't alone in the world. "Forgive my son," Minato told Naruto, as he flew through the hand seals needed for the sealing. As soon as he was done, Minato shouted Reaper Death Seal, summoning the Shimigami, or the Death God, who started pulling the Kyuubi's soul into Naruto, breaking the control the masked man had on him. "Minato, I wish that things didn't have to come to this," apologized the Kyuubi as he was being sucked into Naruto. "I know, I only wish is that the villagers see Naruto for who he is and not a monster for having you sealed into him," said Minato with heavy breaths. "I can't guarantee that he'll stay fully human due to me being sealed into him so soon after he was born," said the Kyuubi. "Any child that is born to a Bijuu's female container will have a high amount of their energy in them, but it'll fade away by the time they can walk and talk. However, if that child is around other demons or has that same Bijuu sealed into them, there is a good chance that they'll become a half-demon," explained the Kyuubi after seeing Minato's horror-struck face. Soon the sealing was done, and the Death God took Minato's soul with him, but a higher power forced him to let Minato go to the pure world, as they knew about a certain event that was going to happen within the next 2 decades. The third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, arrived to scene shortly to find Naruto crying on the altar that Minato summoned to preform the sealing on, as well as Minato's fallen body. "Hush now, Naruto. Everything will be alright," soothed Sarutobi as he picked up the poor babe. "Inbu, please bring the fourth's body," was said Sarutobi, "and see if you can find out what happened to cause this to happen." "I can't believe he's gone," said Inu, one of the Inbu that was there. "Tell me, have you found Kushina?" asked Sarutobi. "Yes, she's with Jiraiya and Tsunade at the moment," replied Inu. "However, I don't know how well she is currently." "That's good to know. Hopefully she'll pull through," said Sarutobi. "Now let's move out." Hiruzen Sarutobi soon got himself ready for the emergency council meeting, after conferring with the Fire Dynamo, who just so happened to be in the village during the attack, beforehand to make sure that the council didn't try anything funny like take more power than they should have. "Alright, let's get to business," said Hiruzen as he entered the room carrying a sleeping Naruto in his arms. "Is that the demon container?" asked one of the civilian councilors. "Indeed he is," started Hiruzen. "Then kill it and finish what the fourth started," yelled the councilor. All of the civilian and some of the shinobi councilors agreed loudly as well. How Naruto slept through it all, the third had no idea. "Silence!" roared Hiruzen as he let out a large amount of his ki out at the council, making them shut up. "If I may, Lord Third, just who is the child, and who are his parents?" asked Heishi Hyuga, head of the Hyuga clan. "His name is Naruto," replied Hiruzen, "and he is the son of Minato and Kushina." "Where is Kushina?" "I saw Minato's body on the way in, but didn't see her anywhere," asked Suminosuke, head of the Inuzuka clan. With my apprentice currently, as she is currently in a coma, answered Tsunade, who was worried for both Naruto and Kushina. Any idea when she'll awaken? Asked Sum. Sadly no, replied Tsunade. You're not planning on leaving after this, are you? Asked one of the counselors. I am. I only came back for Kushina and make sure Naruto was healthy, answered Tsunade, but I'm going to take her with me as I don't trust anyone but me to take care of her. But what about Naruto? Asked Hiruzen. He's going to want his mother when he finds out her condition if she doesn't wake soon. That's a good point, sensei. I guess until he's old enough have him grow up in the apartment complex that the Uzumaki's own, and when he asks about his parents tell him that his mother is still alive, but is in a coma at the time, and that is why she's not around, suggested Tsunade. I'll stay for the first year or so, before heading back out to the field, added Jiraiya, just to make sure he's properly taken care of. I am his godfather after all. You better not try to turn him into a pervert, Jiraiya threatened Tsunade. Kushina would kill me, or worse if I did that, exclaimed Jiraiya as he paled just thinking about what she would do to him for turning her son into a pervert. Alright, until Naruto comes of age or Kushina wakes up, Naruto will be raised in the Uzumaki apartment, said Hiruzen. Furthermore, no one is to speak about Naruto having the Kyuubi sealed into him, or his parentage under penalty of death. We don't want our enemies to know what became of the Kyuubi or Minato's enemies trying to kill Naruto for being his son. Also, no harm is to come to Naruto, physical or mental. Doing so will result in severe punishment, warned Hiruzen. Now let's move on to assessing the damages and counting the dead, said Hiruzen. Well, here's your home for the foreseeable future, Naruto, said Jiraiya as he arrived at the Uzumaki apartments. The Uzumaki apartments are two 5-story buildings that are towards the center of Konoha, Leaf, that were at right angles to each other on a street corner. Both were white with oak wood frames and low walls separating the grounds from the road, with the gate having the Uzumaki swirl over the entrance. The second building was further back, with the entrance of the building lining up to the wall of the main one. When the people who lived in the buildings heard that Naruto was going to live there, almost all of them moved out, saying that they don't want to live with the demon container. Much to Jiraiya's ire, though there wasn't anything he could do about it, as he was hoping for Naruto to make friends with the children that lived there. Well, since Naruto owns this place, whatever he wants to do with the extra rooms is up to him, noted Jiraiya. I should probably set up my own room at some point for when I'm in town, seeing how my apartment was destroyed in the attack. With all my research, cried Jiraiya as he crumpled to his knees and began anime crying while still holding Naruto in his arms. 3 years later, the last few years since the Kyuubi attack have been rather quiet for Konoha. The dead were put to rest, building rebuilt, the Uchihas being blamed for the attack, making them rather annoyed with the rest of the village. Of course, there is still the threat from Kumo and IWA lurking in the background. In Naruto's case, growing up with Jiraiya so far has been interesting to say the least. Naruto was able to walk and talk by two and was a wild blur of energy that could hide pretty well a kid his age, requiring Jonin to find him. Another thing is that Naruto still doesn't know about the Kyuubi, as no one really wants to talk about it around him. During the 3 years, both Jiraiya and Kakashi moved into the Uzumaki apartments main building to keep an eye on Naruto better. Jiraiya on the 4th floor and Kakashi on the 2nd. Thankfully, there weren't threats to Naruto's life in this time, even though every time Jiraiya took Naruto out to play at the park, parents pulled their children away in fear and hate. Naruto, of course, was oblivious to this so far, which was a relief to Jiraiya and Hiruzen, as they weren't ready to tell him why the villagers didn't like him. This didn't mean Naruto didn't have any friends, as Jiraiya did take him to the clans that were on his side to play with their kids. Naruto would feel out of place when he went to the Hyugas, as they were a very strict and proper clan. Not that it stopped him from going there most of the time, as he really enjoyed Hinata's company. This leads to current events, as the leader of Kumo has sent a peace treaty as well as his head ninja to sign it. This made the people of Konoha really happy, as this meant that hostilities would end and maybe even something similar to the alliance with Suna. Sadly, the peace treaty was a cover for Kumo to try to kidnap a Hyuga for their special Dujujutsu, the Byakugan, and create their own clan of powerful Dujujutsu users. Of course, while the head ninja was in Konoha, he had dinner with all the clans, leaving the Hyugas last so he could kidnap a Hyuga child and leave right away. What he didn't count on was Jiraiya being in town at the time, making the mission all the harder to complete. Now Naruto, don't forget to be on your very best behavior tonight, warned Jiraiya as he led Naruto to the Hyuga's clan compound. Why? Asked Naruto, who was to exit it to notice the glares he was getting. Because Kumo's head ninja will be there tonight before he heads back home to his village, answered Jiraiya. You don't think he'll try something, will he? Asked Naruto innocently. There's always a chance that might happen. It's why I'm leaving some toads behind to help keep an eye on things, replied Jiraiya. When will get to summon a toad? Asked Naruto. When you graduate from the Ninja Academy, answered Jiraiya. I've told you this before numerous times, Naruto. Welcome, Lord Jiraiya, said Hyuga as Jiraiya and Naruto approached the Hyuga clan compound. Thanks, nodded Jiraiya. Now Naruto, don't go bothering the Kumo nin. The party in honor of the peace treaty soon took place after Jiraiya dropped Naruto off. During that time, Naruto spent most of the party staying back and hanging out with Hinata and her cousin Neji. The Kumo nin did notice Naruto, but didn't think much of him, being told that Naruto was just one of Hinata's few friends formed outside the clan when he asked about him. So Neji, how's your training going? Asked Naruto. I've just started not that long ago, Naruto, but father says I'm making great progress, replied Neji. I wish I could learn the gentle fist, whined Naruto. Only those that have the Byakugan can effectively use the gentle fist, said Neji. Alright, you three, time for bed, said Hisashi, Niji's father, and Hinata's uncle. "Oh, but I'm not tired," whined Naruto, just before letting out a big yawn. "Right off to bed, now," said Hisashi. "Niji, stay with them, just in case." "Of course, father," complied Niji. Later that night, after everyone had gone to bed, the Kumo nin snuck into the Hyuga compound to kidnap Hinata. Little did he know that there were 2 others in her room, or that Jiraiya had some toads keeping an eye on him for anything funny. "I don't know what's so special about these eyes. I mean, they haven't even noticed me," whispered the Kumo nin to himself. The man quickly found Hinata's room and snuck in through the window and grabbed her and ran off, not noticing that he had also grabbed Naruto as well, as they both fell asleep in each other's arms. Niji, who had to use the bathroom at the time, came back into the room and saw that his cousin and Naruto were missing. "Father! Uncle! Hinata and Naruto are missing!" yelled Niji as he ran towards where his father slept. "What?" yelled Hayashi, and he burst out of his room. "It's true, when I got back to the room after needing the bathroom, both of them were gone, and the window wide open," explained Niji. "Stay here while me and your father go looking for them," said Hayashi, who was livid. Meanwhile, the Kumo nin suddenly realized that he had picked up another child when Naruto woke up and noticed the situation he and Hinata were in, and yelled out and began to struggle, waking Hinata in the process. "Help! Somebody got me and Hinata! Fuck! How the heck did I miss picking up another twerp?" swore the Kumo nin. No matter, Kumo could always use more ninjas. Naruto's scream alerted all the nearby ninjas as well as the toads to what was going on and their location. Lord Jiraiya, that Kumo nin took Naruto as well as Hinata. Why he did, I'm not sure. Kumo doesn't know about him having the QB sealed into him, or who his parents are, informed Hisashi. "I'm not sure either, but he's going to regret taking my godson, I can promise you that," said Jiraiya. As the Kumo nin kept running, Naruto used his Positon to punch the man square and his family jewels as hard as he could, forcing the man to drop him and Hinata in pain. "You know what, I was just going to keep running and leave you 2 alone, but now I'm going to make you pay for that," snarled the Kumo nin as he went for a kuni knife. "I won't let you take us," yelled Naruto in defiance. "Like you have a choice, brat," snarled the man as he went to make his move, only to be stopped by a swift punch to the face by an enraged Jiraiya, who said, "I think differently. Now we'll see just your little game," was said Hayashi as he used the 62 palms on the man to knock him out, but due to how angry he was, instead killed him. "This is going to not end well," noted Jiraiya. "With him dead, instead of alive, we can't find out what Kumo's plan was. Plus, A can deny everything as well." "Forgive me, Lord Jiraiya. I guess in my rage I wasn't thinking clearly enough to not kill him," apologized Hayashi. "Come on, let's get these 2 back home safe," said Jiraiya as he picked up the 2 children. "Yes, let's," agreed Hayashi as he took Hinata into his own arms. "I'm glad Naruto has just a strong set of lungs on him to let us find them so easily." "Indeed, I suspect Naruto is going to want to start his training after this so he can protect those precious to him better," said Jiraiya as the 2 men started walking home. "Hinata as well, though I fear she may not perform as well as Niji due to her kind nature," replied Hayashi. "Who knows? But I've got to get back out into the field soon," said Jiraiya. "If I was, I could have kept this from happening in the first place." "Maybe, but you have helped ease some of the tension of the Uchihas while you've been here," noted Hayashi. "True, but we still don't know who took control of the Kyuubi that night, and as far as we know, only an Uchiha can develop that kind of ability," said Jiraiya. "At least I know which families are in the clear so far, but with so many it's hard to clear them all." "Yell, it's late. I wish you good night and good luck," said Hayashi as he broke off towards his home. Jiraiya was correct in thinking that Naruto would want to start his ninja training after that night. Of course, being only 3, Jiraiya had him start with very light exercises and learning how to read and write as well as other important things he would need to know, like math, science, and how to take care of himself. "Now, Naruto, I'm going to be leaving soon to manage my spy network and make sure something like what happened with that Kumo nin doesn't happen again." "Alright," Jiraiya told Naruto, after a hard day of teaching him how to read and write. "But I don't want you to go," cried Naruto. "Don't worry, Kakashi will be here to watch over you while I'm gone," assured Jiraiya. "Plus, whenever I'm in town, I'll come visit you." "Okay," said Naruto sadly, "but don't you worry, I'll make you proud. I'll learn everything there is." "Good to hear. Just be careful, as not everyone will be so keen on teaching you things like me or Kakashi," warned Jiraiya. "Then I'll be extra sneaky about it," announced Naruto. "That way they'll never catch me." "Ha! I know you're really good at hiding, Naruto, but please be careful and don't go snooping in places you shouldn't," said Jiraiya. "Right," agreed Naruto. Soon after, Jiraiya left to go back to the field, knowing that Naruto would be safe with Kakashi living in the same building as him, and all the protection seals that were etched all across the buildings by Naruto's ancestors. The year after Jiraiya left was largely uneventful. Naruto started noticing the looks people gave him, and wondered why that was. In response to this, he began reading all the books he could get his hands on, except for a set of little orange books that Jiraiya forbade Naruto from reading, stating that if a certain person found out, he'd be a dead man walking. Naruto's love of knowledge hasn't hindered by the fact that the library prevented his entry, as he would sneak in after hours and read. This led him to start sneaking into the clan libraries as well to see what they might hold. Not that he realized that it was wrong to do so, as he didn't know they were off limits to non-clan members at first. Once he did, he began copying the information down for his own use as well as pillaging the trash, as most of the clans just copied their old and worn scrolls and then tossed them out the night before the trash was collected. Naruto also started watching various ninjas train and picked up on a lot of jujutsus and fighting styles that he wanted to learn eventually. including the shadow clone ninjutsu. Naruto had the left half from the entrance of the third floor converted into his own personal library, with the right half becoming his Fuinjutsu workroom. As Naruto became interested in learning Fuinjutsu, and was very happy to learn that he could start learning that almost right away, as it requires perfect penmanship to work correctly. By the time Naruto was 5, he had learned the henge, as well as the shadow clone, but kept the second one secret from everyone else. Naruto also was taught some of the gentle fist as thanks for his part in saving Hinata by Hayashi. Speaking of Hayashi, things went badly for him, just like Jiraiya said they would, as A demanded his head for killing his head ninja, otherwise war would be waged. Hayashi was more than willing to give himself up, but his twin brother Hisashi took his place by his own free will. This caused Neji to become bitter and fatalistic, as well as resent both Naruto and Hinata, much to Hayashi's dismay. Today was just another day in Konoha, with a now 5-year-old Naruto going home from having lunch at his favorite ramen bar, Ramen Ichiraku, when he was ambushed by a large number of overly drunk ninjas and villagers. "Hey Luki, what, we found the demon out on his own," sneered of the drunkards. "Hey, let's finish what the fourth started and end the little fiend," shouted one of the drunk shinobi, completely forgetting that doing so would cause their lives to be forfeit, as he threw a kuni at Naruto, who barely moved out of the way. "Leave me alone! What did I ever do to you?" cried Naruto as he ran away, forgetting where his home was in his panic. "Get him!" yelled the drunkards as they chased Naruto, throwing anything that they could get their hands on at him as they ran. Naruto ran as fast as he could, but couldn't quite avoid getting hit by some of the items being thrown at him. Naruto was soon trapped in a dead-end alley with no way for him to escape. "Now, demon, we get our revenge for what you did to us," yelled one of the drunks victoriously, as the large group descended upon the hapless Naruto, who barely protected himself from some truly nasty injuries. As the group assaulted Naruto, their numbers quickly started being killed off by an enraged Inu, Kakashi, along with his ANBU team. When the drunks noticed that they were being killed, they tried to run, but were stopped by the third Hokage, who prevented them from escaping their fate as they had broken the law. "Inu, take Naruto to the hospital as fast as you can. I'll join you as soon as I can," ordered Hiruzen, who then thought, "I hope you aren't affected too badly by this, Naruto." "Well, this was not how I wanted us to meet," the Kyuubi says as he sees Naruto's unconscious form in front of him. Chapter 3. "Well, this was not how I wanted us to meet," says the Kyuubi. "Now all I have to do is wait for him to awake." "Where am I?" questioned Naruto as he wakes up and sees where he is. "Deep within your own mind," answers a deep voice. "Huh!" exclaims Naruto in alarm as he turns to face the source of the voice. "Oh! Kyuubi!" screams Naruto when he sees the Kyuubi behind him in a cage. "Stop screaming so loud, you're giving me a headache," complains the Kyuubi. "How are you even alive?" "The fourth killed you," demanded Naruto. "Oh, come now, did really believe that?" asked Kyuubi critically. "Well, no, I've never really did," answered Naruto. "I've always had a feeling that it wasn't true, but if that's true, then what happened? I won't go into the full details right now, but I will tell you that shortly after your birth I was ripped out of your mother and forced to attack Konoha," explained the Kyuubi. "For you see, you're the third person I've been sealed into. The first being the wife of the first Hokage, Mito Uzumaki, who then transferred me into your mother at the end of her life. Sealed into, so that's why the villagers are so mean, and why those men attacked me," noted Naruto. "It's all your fault." "No," corrected the Kyuubi, "it's the man in the spiraled mask who ripped out of your mother and forced me to attack Konoha. Fault, not mine." "Why should I believe you?" snapped Naruto. "Honestly, I don't know why you should. And you have every right to be angry with me for all the bad things that have happened to you," admitted the Kyuubi. "That's up to you." "Well, tell me this, did my parents actually love me, or just abandon me?" asked Naruto. "Your parents were thrilled when they found out they were having you, as was I," answered the Kyuubi. "Sadly, your father died that night. Your mother, on the other hand, fell into a coma and is being taken care of by a distant relative of yours until she wakes back up." "If that's the case, then why haven't I been told or seen them before?" demanded Naruto. "The person taking care of your mother can't stand to stay in Konoha due to her having some rather bad memories of losing her loved ones to war, and took her with as she didn't trust the medical staff to properly take care of her," answered the Kyuubi. "She was Jiraiya's teammate Sanid." "Oh," said Naruto in a small voice, as during the entire exchange he didn't detect any lies from the Kyuubi, as he was really good at detecting lies and deception. "Once you awake, tell the third about meeting me, as he knows that I wasn't in control that night, and is trustworthy," explained the Kyuubi. "Gigi knew all this time?" said Naruto in shock. "He does, you just never asked him," deadpanned the Kyuubi, "although I will admit he never gave you any hints to lead you concluding about my true fate." After a few minutes to process everything, Naruto came to conclusion that he wasn't quite sure what to make of the Kyuubi at the time, and that he really needed to speak to the Hokage to get a clearer picture of his situation. "Hey, how do I get out of here anyway?" asked Naruto. "Simply focus on returning to the waking world, and the same is true for when you wish to return," answered the Kyuubi. "Thanks, I guess," replied Naruto as he began concentrating on leaving his mindscape. "So how is he?" asked Hiruzen once he reached Naruto's room at the hospital. "He'll find Lord Hokage. None of his injuries were severed," replied the doctor. "Of course, there's his advanced healing factor that he gets from both his heritage and burden, so he was mostly healed by the time the ANBU brought him here." "That's good to hear," noted Hiruzen, though Naruto might have met the Kyuubi due to this. "I hope he isn't too upset for me and Jiraiya not telling him about his burden." "Hokage, sir, do you think Naruto met you?" asked Inu/Kakashi. "There is a good chance for that to have happened, I'm just worried on how he'll react afterwards, replied a worried Hiruzen. I'm sure he'll understand, sir. Naruto is a smart boy, assured Kakashi, probably even a genius. I'm sure he is, agreed Hiruzen. Of course I'm sure he's going to hide it to make others underestimate him. What both Hiruzen and Kakashi didn't know was that Naruto had woken up at the start of their conversation and heard everything. So when he said, "You're right, Gigi, I'm not going to show off my smarts and strength," that gave the two men a start. Naruto, you're alright, said Hiruzen with relief. As well as I can be after finding out about the Kyuubi, replied Naruto with a deadpan look. Both men begin to look sheepish from being called out and keeping the Kyuubi a secret from Naruto. I hope you're not upset about it, Naruto. It's just that the Kyuubi has been a hard topic for us to talk about ever since that night, explained Hiruzen. It's alright, Gigi. I can understand why you didn't tell me about the Kyuubi, said Naruto with a frown. Well, what will you do now? Asked Hiruzen. Nothing different, Gigi, replied Naruto. I still want to be a ninja and become Hokage like you. That's good to know, said Hiruzen. Just take it easy for now and wait till you're fully recovered to start training again. Hey Naruto, are there any jutsus you know yet? Asked Kakashi. Yeah. I know the henge, replied Naruto happily, while keeping back he knows the shadow clone as well. That's impressive for someone your age, but is that all you know? Asked Hiruzen knowingly. I might have figured out how to use something called the shadow clone jutsu not that long ago, but I can only make 2. But get tired from it. Yet the guy I saw made like 5 at once with no problem. Kakashi was shocked that Naruto figured out how to use a Jonin level forbidden technique at such a young age. Naruto, you are aware that the shadow clone is a Jonin level move, right? Asked Kakashi. No, I didn't, replied Naruto with some awe on his face. Yes, and there is something else that the shadow clone does, said Hiruzen. What? Asked Naruto. Shadow clones have the ability to transfer all the knowledge they have gained back to their creator upon dispelling, explained Hiruzen, but I suggest you get your chakra reserves up before you try using that jutsu again. But the more I use it the better I'd get with it, and increase my reserves at the same time, argued Naruto. He's right, you know, Lord Hokage, added Kakashi. Alright, you can use it, said Hiruzen, but only under Inu's or Kakashi's watch until I say otherwise. Fine, whined Naruto. 4 months later, soon after Naruto got out of the hospital, he got to work on his chakra control and learning the other 2 academy jutsus, the Kamari and normal clone jutsu, all under the watchful eye of Kakashi. Hey Kakashi-sensei, do you think you could be my sensei when I become a ninja? Asked Naruto. I've already put in my request, replied Kakashi. Now I've got to go take care of one more mission for the ANBU before I become a regular Jonin again. Just be safe, Kakashi and I, said Naruto. Don't worry, I will. It's only a rank A mission, assured Kakashi. Hey Kakashi, you teach me a new jutsu when you get back? Asked Naruto. If you can master the other 2 academy jutsus by the time I get back, answered Kakashi. You're on. Kakashi and I, exclaimed Naruto with excitement. Well, good luck with that. I'll see you when I get back, said Kakashi as he left, thinking, of course, with the amount of chakra you have, I imagine the regular clone jutsu will be very hard for you to learn. Alright, let's get started, announced Naruto as he called up 4 shadow clones. He could do up to 12, but that would leave him drained and unable to train. Alright, you 2 work on learning the Kamari, and you 2 work on the regular clone, ordered Naruto, while I practice with my seals. Naruto was still a beginner with seals, but he was able to make simple storage and small explosion seals. Of course, for any normal kid that was nearly 6 years old that would be incredible, but for an Uzumaki that's rather normal, as the clan was world-renowned for their sealing arts. Naruto headed to his seals workshop to begin practicing how to make flash seals and illumination seals, as well as a seal to instantly cook instant ramen. At the end of the day, Naruto dispelled the clones and found that while he was making progress with learning the Kamari, but was getting nowhere with learning the normal clone jutsu, he also figured out how to make light come from a seal. But it was very dim and useless for what he was going for, but held on to the design in case they might come in handy someday. Naruto, though, did manage to create a seal for cooking purposes, just not as fast as he wanted. Alright, I think that was some good work today. Now for dinner and a little poking around to see what new jutsus or knowledge I can glean, said Naruto, as he gathered up some food to make a very simple pork and rice dinner. Later that night, Naruto headed out under the cover of night wearing black cloths that had a hood to cover his blonde hair. He also wore a black mask to cover his face as well to make it harder for people to identify him. Alright, let's see what I can find tonight, whispered Naruto to himself as he arrived at the Nara clan compound. Naruto spent little over an hour snooping around and found quite a few things, as Naras were one of the most lazy clans and tended to leave things out when they felt it to be too troublesome to put stuff away. What a good haul. A lot of good books and scrolls on the medicine they make. Plus 2 technique scrolls, noted Naruto when he got home and to his library. Now let's see which ones they are. Alright, the Shadow Imitation Jutsu and Shadow Wave Jutsu, read Naruto. The Shadow Imitation is the very base for all their other clan jutsus, while the Shadow Wave is an offensive one. I didn't take the Naras as the type to use offensive moves. Oh well, they should learn to put things away more often. Little did Naruto know the 3rd Hokage was aware of Naruto's little escapades into the clans, but didn't say anything, as he felt that if a child could sneak into a clan and manage to swipe their jutsus, then he deserved them, as if he was an enemy he could have easily killed some of them. It also showed him just how lax the security of his village had become, and needed to be fixed quickly before something bad happens. As you can see, Naruto has already gathered quite a bit of knowledge from some of the other clans already. Hiruzen told Shikaku Nara, the head of the Nara clan, as he showed the man Naruto sneaking around his home with his crystal ball. This is troublesome. I'm sure Naruto will try to teach himself those moves, noted Shikaku. He most likely will at some point, though he isn't going to show off that he knows them or pass off his gathered knowledge to others, replied Hiruzen. Man, if a nearly 6-year-old can go around and sneak into various clans just to gain some knowledge off of them and succeed, then our security standards must be dropping, said Shikaku with a sigh. Indeed, though your clan is the first major clan he's done this with, if you don't count the Hyugas, said Hiruzen. What do you mean by that? Asked Shikaku, who was intrigued. Hayashi was secretly given Naruto a couple of his clan's scrolls and showed him the basics of the gentle fist as thanks for his part in saving Hinata and helping her believe in herself when the clan elders don't, and tell her as much, answered Hiruzen. Of course he'll deny everything if you ask him, except the gentle fist part, as enough people know he did that already. Well, as long as he doesn't use them against us, I don't have a problem, said Shikaku. Plus I knew someone was going around taking things from the lesser clans and that they were most likely going to target my clan next, which is why I came to you. I just didn't expect it to be Naruto. Yes, Naruto is quite gifted in the art of infiltration and information gathering, said Hiruzen. Of course he also knows that due to how the public opinion of him is rather poor, he decided to keep his true strength and intelligence hidden except to those that he trusts, to keep it a secret until when he takes part in the Chunin exams. Should I go tell the Yamanaka and Akinchi clans of this, as they are my clan's closest allies? Asked Shikaku. Not yet. I plan on letting Naruto know that I'm aware of his activities and plan on having him take on some top secret missions to test our defenses, with him getting paid for his work as well as being allowed to keep anything that he finds, as long as it won't cause damage to wherever he goes, replied Hiruzen. Sounds like Naruto is going to be rather busy soon, noted Shikaku. Yes, and once he becomes a ninja those missions will be added to his mission records as B rank, said Hiruzen. Well, I need to get home. I'm going to start teaching that lazy son of mine his first clan jutsu tomorrow, said Shikaku. Tell me how Naruto takes it when you get the chance. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll figure it out, assured Hiruzen with a chuckle. And you please let Naruto know that I would like for him to see me tomorrow at his easiest convenience. Hi, Lord Hokage, replied the ANBU that were hidden in the room. You wanted to see me, Gigi? Asked Naruto as he entered the Hokage's office. Yes, there's something I need to talk to you about, replied Hiruzen. What? Asked Naruto, who was confused. Tell me, do you know what this is? Asked Hiruzen as he placed his crystal ball in the desk in front of him. No, not really, answered Naruto, though he had a fairly good idea what it did. Well, this crystal ball lets me keep an eye on the village whenever I wish. And do you know what I've been seeing during the night for some time? Explained Hiruzen. Naruto's eyes went wide as Hiruzen just told him he knew of him going into clan compounds to glean as much information as he could. Now, Naruto, you are aware that such behavior is very wrong, right? Asked Hiruzen. No, not really. Jiraiya just said not to go into places I shouldn't, and the clans are fairly open to letting people go around their compound. Except the Hyugas and Uchihas, replied Naruto sheepishly. Then why do you head into them at night? Asked Hiruzen. Because there isn't anyone to give me dirty looks, or whisper things behind my back, answered Naruto. Well, your logic isn't very good for your actions, reprimanded Hiruzen, but it does give us a unique situation for us to exploit. What do you mean, Gigi? Asked Naruto. Well, your actions have shown just how bad our security has gotten around the clan compounds and gives me worry for our more sensitive locations, explained Hiruzen. So what I want you to do is sneak around the village continuing what you're doing, but also to pull pranks as a way to show how bad our security has gotten. Will I get paid for it? Asked Naruto. Yes, they'll be considered B-rank missions in terms of pay and your mission records, but they will be top secret with only those in ANBU knowing about them, answered Hiruzen with a smile. You mean I get back at all those stupid villagers who can't see that I'm not the QB? Asked Naruto. Yes, you will, said Hiruzen, and with your intelligence I'm sure they'll never know what hit them. I'll do it! Exclaimed Naruto. But does anyone know what I've been doing? Besides the ANBU that personally protect me, the head of the Nara clan was with me yesterday while you were snooping around his home. Not that he minded too much, as he saw the same thing I did with security, and how bad of a risk it is, of how easy it is to get into most of the clan compounds. Great, now the two clans that are allies with them are going to be aware, complained Naruto. He hasn't told them yet on my suggestion, as I told him to wait until I tell him otherwise to tell them, said Hiruzen. I know my first prank victim, chuckled Naruto evilly. Oh, Kami, I think he got his mother's pranking skill and drive, thought Hiruzen with extreme worry. May Kami have mercy on whoever wrongs Naruto. And boy, was Hiruzen right to worry, for as soon as Naruto got home he started practicing on mastering the shadow clone so he could pull his pranks and infiltration on a much larger scale. 3 weeks later, Shikaku found that all of his cloths and water was filled with a itching mixture that lasted for 2 days. He didn't find out who did it until Naruto graduated from the Ninja Academy. After the itching powder moved, Naruto waited 2 weeks before he started publicly pulling pranks that ranged from the simple to the elaborate, and became known as a prank master of konoha, the likes that haven't been seen since his own mother when she was his age. Naruto also started sneaking into various facilities, from the TI department, ANBU headquarters, to the hospital and library. He also went to most of the clan compounds and managed to copy off a large amount of their history and jutsus for his own personal library. Naruto even went as far as swiping things from visiting ninjas that were there for the Chunin exams and gained quite a bit off of them, even going so far as to go into the Forest of Death to loot the dead. Waste not, want not, and all that. By the time Naruto was 6 years old and ready to join the ninja academy, he had learned and mastered the following jutsus. The Shadow Clone Jutsu, and could make up to 2,500 clones at once, henge up to the point that his transformations became solid. Shadow Imitation Jutsu, though not as well as a Nara of the same age. Fireball Jutsu, Great Breakthrough Jutsu, Shadow Wave Jutsu, Kamari, Mind Transfer Technique, and Shadow Kuni/Shuriken Jutsu. Kakashi also returned during this time and wasn't surprised that Naruto didn't learn the normal clone jutsu, but was shocked to learn what the Hokage got Naruto to get into pranks and encouraged his late-night escapades. Naruto was happy to find that Kakashi returned from his mission unharmed, successful, but was sad when he told him that he just couldn't learn the basic clone jutsu yet. Kakashi assured him that he'll get it eventually. Hey Kakashi and I, is there a way to find out my elemental affinity? Asked Naruto after he spent the day getting ready for the start of the academy the next day. You're a little young to be learning elemental manipulation, Naruto. But if you really want to know, I can get you some chakra papers so you can find out after school tomorrow. Alright? Replied Kakashi. Okay. Well, good night Kakashi and I, said Naruto as he gave Kakashi a hug before heading back to his penthouse flat at the top of the building. It's the entire 5th floor. Chapter 4. Today was the first day of the Ninja Academy. A rather interesting time for the village, as it's one of the loudest as new students try to show off anything they might know, or it could be the noise made by the rush of the new students trying to be the first ones there. Who knows? This morning, however, we find Naruto in his king-size 4-poster bed sleeping away, as he is currently in his mind talking with the Kyuubi, as he's come to mostly trust him and has been talking with him for the last few months rather frequently. So excited for school? Asked the Kyuubi. Of course, though I'm not sure if I should show them anything or not, replied Naruto. I think for now it would be best to not show them anything yet, as they don't know what you can do. Plus I'm sure the teachers are going to sabotage your schooling anyway. They can advise the Kyuubi that way when you do show them you know something, it'll come as a surprise. Plus I get to prank them for it in the meantime. I just wish I could learn the stupid regular clone, said Naruto. One of your clan's normal weakness was casting illusions due to their larger chakra reserves at a young age, said the Kyuubi. Of course they had a way to counter and break said illusions if any were cast on them. How did they do that? Asked Naruto. Chakra pulse. Though they could found a way to use it for other purposes. I'll let you figure it out on your own, answered the Kyuubi. Well, I got to go and get ready for school, said Naruto. Going to wear that orange monstrosity? Asked the Kyuubi. Yep, but once I get those seals to change the color of cloths and make them last longer, I'll use it for more colder weather, answered Naruto. I could help you with that, you know. I'm rather good with Fuinjutsu myself, offered the Kyuubi. Sorry, but no, I'd rather learn things myself, replied Naruto, as he left his mind. When is he going to fully trust me and accept my help? Pondered the Kyuubi. It's boring here not being able to see the outside world. Naruto quickly made it to school and met up with the few friends he did have. Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka, Shikamaru Nara, and Choji Akimichi. Hey guys, excited to start learning how to be awesome ninjas? Asked Naruto as he got close. You bet we are, yelled Kiba. I don't know, it's too troublesome to think about, said Shikamaru lazily. Hey, got your shogi board? Asked Naruto. Hey yeah, figured you'd ask, replied Shikamaru. See, shortly after meeting Shikamaru, Naruto found the best way to get his attention was to play board games like shogi and go. Not that Naruto has managed to win against Shikamaru yet, but he's gotten close quite a number of times recently. Hey, who do you think will be top dog? Asked Kiba. Out of us, I'd say Naruto, answered Shikamaru, if we went with true strength, that is. Let's not let anyone know about me doing that there, Shikamaru, said Naruto. Doing what? Asked Shino Aburame from behind the group. Gah! Screamed Naruto as he leapt into the air. How'd you sneak up on us? I didn't, you just didn't notice me pass by, corrected Shino. So again, what was it you were talking about doing? It's something between friends, said Naruto sheepishly. We might tell you at some point if we decide to trust you with our secret. Like how you've snooped around my home in the middle of the night? Asked Shino. Naruto got a stone-cold look to his face when he heard that. Don't worry, my father explained what you were up to, so I didn't tell anyone. Just please don't do again, said Shino. Thanks, I guess, said Naruto, who had the decency to look embarrassed. Alright, it's time to head inside and start class. Called Ayaka Yumino, a new teaching assistant, who like most of the village held a poor opinion of Naruto. However, unlike the rest of the staff at the school, Ayaka was going to be a professional and tried to treat Naruto like any other student. Naruto noticed the look Ayaka gave him as he passed by, seeing the dislike in his eyes, but was doing his best to be kind towards him. This made Naruto decided to try to make Ayaka let go of his hate and see him for who he was, and if he succeeded, fill him in on his plan for the academy. Alright class, let's get seated for roll call, said the teacher. As the teacher began reading off the list of students, Naruto noticed that his class is filled mostly of clan heirs. Naruto Uzumaki called the teacher, who thought, I can't be the Hokage allowed the demon to join our academy. I hope he is too stupid to even show up or know where the academy even is. Here, said Naruto in a flat tone as he could guess what the man was thinking and began thinking of a good prank to pull on him. Darn, he is here. Guess I'll just have to make sure he dies on his first mission out of the village by teaching him the wrong things and keeping him out of class as much as possible, thought the teacher. Of course, doing so on the first day would be rather suspicious, Better wait until tomorrow. Alright class, today we will be assessing your skill level and placing you in groups accordingly, the teacher told the class. Alright, first, we'll test your aim, said Irika. Follow us outside to the training yard. When everyone got there, they all lined up with boys in one line and girls in another. The class soon began with most of the civilian students doing rather poorly and most of the clans doing rather well. Sasuke Uchiha called the teacher. Sasuke went up to the table and grabbed 5 kuni and shuriken and tossed them at the targets, hitting most of them in the bullseye or close. Good job, that's the best so far, praised the teacher. Naruto Uzumaki called the teacher, though with less cheer than the rest of the class. Naruto went up, grabbed the weapons and tossed them wide, only hitting a few targets in the back and non-vital areas. Hee. With aim that bad I won't have to do anything to change it, thought the teacher with a dark glint in his eye. Yuka on the other hand noticed that Naruto deliberately missed as he used his right hand, not his left, as Yukara noted that he was left-handed and not right. I wonder what Naruto's game is, thought Yuka. After target practice, the class went through some stretches to get ready for the physical test. During this part, Naruto wasn't really able to hide how fit he was, but held back enough to place 3rd overall behind Sasuke and Kiba. Next was Genjutsu, and Naruto completely failed in it, as he still had no skill in casting or dispelling them. After that was Taijutsu, where Naruto placed in the middle of the class due to him being too skilled in Taijutsu not to, though if he used the gentle fist he would have been among the top of his class. But that would have caused a panic and a lot of hassle for Hayashi for him teaching him the fighting style. Okay, so Naruto very much has no skill in illusions, but seems to know some taijutsu or is hiding his real style, thought Irika. Next was the ninjutsu test to see if any of the students knew any justice yet or not. Then was the written test after that to see what they already knew. As it were, Naruto withheld from taking part of the ninjutsu test as he didn't want anyone to know he did know some already yet. And he failed the written test as well, just as he planned. Alright class, tomorrow we will have the list with your ranking posted on the wall next to the blackboard, said the teacher right before the bell rang to let the class out for the day. Yuka decided to follow Naruto after school as he saw that Naruto was holding back for most of the tests, and he wanted to know why. However, when he saw Naruto head into the Hokage's office, he decided to wait till he left to see what he wanted from the man. Yuka, it's nice to see you, greeted the Hiruzen. What can I do you for? Can I ask what Naruto wanted, Lord Hokage? Asked Yuka. I wondered what Naruto meant when he said he sensed someone tailing him here, said Hiruzen. He knew I was following him? Asked Yuka in surprise. Not you personally, but he did know someone was following him for some reason, answered Hiruzen. Now care to tell me why that is? Yell, sir, I noticed that Naruto held back in most of his tests, and wanted to know if you knew why, replied Yuka. Simple. Naruto is hiding his true strength, as he knows that most of his teachers are against him, and showing them his true power would cause a large fuss that he does not want me or anyone else to deal with, interrupted Hiruzen, giving Yuka a pointed look. Wait, what do you mean most of his teachers? Asked Yuka. It's not me to say, that's up to Naruto to tell you if he finds you worthy of his trust, answered Hiruzen, and his trust can be rather hard to gain, especially when someone has a low opinion of him to begin with. I see, well I'd better get going, I have to help with ranking the students, said Yuka. Yes, you get back to that, said Hiruzen. Yuka spent the next few weeks trying to figure out just what the dead last Naruto thought of him. He knew that Naruto was hiding his true power, why that was still unclear. Yuka also took note of the various pranks Naruto would pull on people and saw a glimpse of his real skill level. Hey Irika-sensei, can I talk to you? Asked Naruto at the end of a school day. Yes Naruto, what is that you want? Replied Yuka. Whatever you do, don't go to the teacher's lounge this Friday, answered Naruto, and don't tell any of the other teachers either. Why? Asked Yuka. Secret, can't say, it's all hush hush, replied Naruto before heading home. Okay, said Irika as he went to the Hokage to ask him what Naruto meant. I see, said Hiruzen after Irika told him what Naruto told him. Well, that means that Naruto is giving you tests to see if he can trust you or not. Seeing how he thinks very highly of you so far, I'm surprised he hasn't tested you already. Naruto is testing me to see if he can trust me. Why? Asked Yuka. Simple, there aren't that many people he trusts. Naruto, however, does want more people that he can trust, but he isn't just going to give it out freely. No, Naruto will first see if someone is even worth trying to get them to see him for who he is, then most likely test them before giving that person his trust, explained Hiruzen, which means you've made a good impression on him, and he is willing to give you a chance to earn his trust. Which I might add is very valuable to whoever gains it. I'm honored that Naruto is willing to do so. Plus I see a little of myself in him in class, said Yuka. Then you don't hold it against him for the Kyuubi attack? Asked Hiruzen. No sir, Naruto is not the Kyuubi, answered Irika. I saw that within the first few days I met him, and that is the main reason why he is testing you. For you see, Naruto isn't going to bother with people who don't see him for who he is and searches for those that do, or could be swayed easily to do so. Like with you, explained Hiruzen. Wow, he noticed that. Naruto must be a lot better than he lets on, noted Yuka. Pass his test and he'll show you his real strength, and possibly even more, said Hiruzen. That Friday Irika came in early and got the classroom set up and had breakfast in there, instead of the teacher's lounge. He also didn't breath a word to his colleagues as he figured Naruto had a prank set up in there, and he really wanted to see what it was. So you believed me and didn't tell anyone but the old man, said Naruto as he appeared out from the far shadows of the room. Irika had quite the start when Naruto did that, as he completely didn't know he was there. Naruto, how long have you been there? Since an hour ago, answered Naruto with a shrug. Wasn't hard to get into the building, to be frank. The security stinks around here. I mean, kids, if they wanted to, could come in and alter their grades or those of their classmates. And did you do that? Asked Iruka with a glare. Are you mad? Gigi would have my head if I did that. Exclaimed Naruto in horror. I mean, he lets me do a bunch of other stuff scot-free, but not stuff like that. You mean those pranks you pull? Asked Iruka. That and some other stuff. Come to my home after school and I'll tell you what else I get to do, and how strong and smart I really am. I know you figured out I've been holding back since day one, so it's only fair I let you see past the mask of a fool I wear in class, replied Naruto, as he took his seat and pulled out a mid-level book on Fuinjutsu. He's into the sealing arts, and is on a mid-level book already. Wow, that's impressive, thought Yurka. A few minutes later, as kids started gathering outside, a loud clamoring was heard coming from the teacher's lounge. Naruto suddenly melted into the shadows of the darkened room as none of the lights were on, and the blinds were mostly closed. Yurka noticed that Naruto also masked his presences, making it hard to tell that he was even there in the first place. Iruka, have you seen Naruto anywhere? Demanded the headmaster, as he barged in the room. Sorry, but no, I haven't seen him, replied Yurka as he took note that the headmaster was covered in orange paint that was in the same shade that Naruto's cloths were. Blast it all! Seeing how you're the only one that wasn't hit, you are going to take care of class today, ordered the headmaster. The other teachers weren't affected too badly and will be able to teach, but the teacher you helped needs to go home to get cleaned. That's fine, replied Yurka calmly. I need the practice if I'm going to run my own class one day. See to it that Naruto is given this when you see him. I expect them to be done by Monday, said the headmaster, as he gave Yurka a massive stack of papers. Iruka noticed that all of the papers were for students that were in there last year, but didn't say anything. Asshole, that'll get him an even worse prank, growled Naruto once the headmaster was gone. Sorry, Naruto, but you're going to have to at least try to do it all, apologized Yurka. Meh, I have a way to get it taken care of, but I could use help getting them home, shrugged Naruto. Later that day, Naruto led Yurka to where he lived while both of them carried Naruto's massive pile of homework. Wow, this area looks better than where I live, noted Iruka. How is it that you live around here, Naruto? You'll see, replied Naruto. Naruto and Iruka soon arrived at the Uzumaki apartments. Alright, I'll bite. How can you afford this place? I heard the prices are obscured here, demanded Yurka. What's the name of this place again? Deadpan Naruto. The Yuzu, you own this place, don't you? said Iruka as he facepalmed. And I bet the prices aren't as bad as I've heard either. Got that right. The price is average for the area, said Naruto as they entered the main building. Not a lot of people live here, sadly. Mostly NBU. Kakashi and I and my godfather who's out of town. How many people live here in total? Asked Yurka. Well, this building has mostly been converted into my living or workspace. But that's the left side. On the right, in total about 12 people live here besides me currently. And in the other building, 0, answered Naruto. Wow, this place is amazing, said Yurka in awe as they entered the foray. The inside is in a rustic Victorian style, so very grand looking. Like it? Took me a couple of weeks to do it myself, after learning carpeting and woodworking. Which took 2 months to learn, informed Naruto. How? Asked Yurka in shock. Shadow clones, answered Naruto as he created 2 as prof and told them, you two go take those papers and get to work on completing them. You know the shadow clone Jutsu? Asked Iruka in shock. Yep, saw someone do it when I was around 4 and learned it by the time I was 5. But it would knock me out till I was almost 6, answered Naruto. How many can you do at once? Asked Yurka. So far I can make up to 25 before I pass out. But I'm getting better, answered Naruto. I have some working on mastering various skills so that I don't have to go out and buy crap quality stuff at way higher prices, if they'll even sell me anything. What are you working on currently? Asked Yurka. Follow me and I'll show you, said Naruto as he led Iruka past the stairs and to the left to a door that said blacksmith/workshop and opened it. On the other side, Iruka could see that the entire first floor was converted into a massive work area that had a blacksmith area to one side and woodworking area at the far end, as well as about 10 Naruto clones working about the place. Wow, I did not expect you to be so versatile in your skill set, noted Yurka. Well, if having the QB sealed into me meant that I kinda have to become a ninja. Otherwise I could go into another line of work if being a ninja doesn't work out, shrugged Naruto. You know about that? Winced Iruka. Known for about 2 years, some drunks beat me to a pulp and I wound up meeting to him because of it, sadly, said Naruto. I see. Well, I hope you weren't tempted to let it out, said Iruka. The QB is a guy, Yurka. He doesn't like being referred to as an it, corrected Naruto. You don't talk to him, do you? Asked Yurka with a hint of fear. Sometimes. I'm not sure what to make of him yet. I do know, however, that he wasn't in control of himself that night, answered Naruto. How do you know that? Asked Iruka. Because I knew the QB before the attack, as he was sealed into Naruto's mother before the attack, and I was able to meet him with her and Sensei's help, said Kakashi from behind them. You've met him before? Why didn't you tell me, Kakashi and I? Demanded Naruto. It never came up, answered Kakashi. Anyway, I'm heading out for dinner tonight, so I'll see you in the morning. Alright, Kakashi and I guess I'll head to Ichiraku's for dinner then, said Naruto. How about I take you there? I enjoy them myself, offered Yurka. Alright, Yurka, agreed Naruto, but I'm only going to let you buy me 2 bowls of ramen. Don't want you to spend too much on me. Why do I get the feeling of extreme relief all of a sudden? Asked Yurka. Gigi once paid for me and he had to raise the taxes for the next month to help recover the money he spent on the bill, answered Naruto. That's why that happened? exclaimed Yurka in shock. Sweet Kami, how much did you eat? Like 45 bowls, answered Naruto sheepishly. I didn't feel that well afterwards though. Guess that's what happens when you're told you can eat as much as you can. And they're paying for everything. Yurka paled considerably as he imagined paying for that much ramen all at once. Got the title King of Gluttony for it afterwards. Not sure if it was worth it though, said Naruto. Perhaps not. Care to show me the rest of your home? Asked Yurka. Sure, follow me, replied Naruto. On the second floor, Naruto showed Iruka that he was having science and medicine labs being set up, very slowly as that type of stuff is expensive to get and maintain. The third floor was where Naruto said it was the division between the cheaper rooms from the nicer ones, as the entire third floor was for his library and few in just a workroom. How much stuff do you have in the library for it to be that big? Asked Yurka. Mostly the type of stuff you'd find in any regular library. Then there's the restricted section where only I can go, where I store my justice scrolls and other sensitive information, answered Naruto. Only my godfather, Gigi, and Kakashi are allowed to go in there when they wish. Anyone else I have to be with them personally to know what they're doing. So what's on the next floor? Asked Yurka. Fourth floor is all apartments, with the fifth being my penthouse flat, answered Naruto. It's rather lonely up there with no one else living there. But if my godfather finds any of my clansmen, then they'd live up there as well. Has he found any yet? Asked Iruka. He's got a lead on possibly 3 of them, and once knew one before he disappeared, answered Naruto. He said his name was Nagato and that he lived with 2 other orphans in the Hidden Rain village at one point. How'd he disappear? Asked Iruka. Don't know. He said he got a letter from them saying they needed help, and on the way was told by some guy named Danzo that they were dead, but he went ahead anyway. When he got there he couldn't find any trace of them. It was like they just simply vanished. Not even the toads could find them. It really upset him too, explained Naruto. Wait, the only person who uses toads is Jiraiya the Toad Sage. You're not telling me he's your godfather? Exclaimed Yurka in amazement. No duh, he is, the old pervert. My father was his best student and my parents named me after the main character of his first book, said Naruto with an annoyed yet playful look on his face. Father was his best stud, Iruka was saying before fainting when he realized who Naruto's father was. Wow, didn't see that coming, deadpan Naruto. Ugh, Naruto, I just had the craziest dream. I thought you were the son of the 4th Hokage, groaned Iruka as he came around, only to find Naruto holding a picture of the 4th next to his face with a deadpan look. Oh, I guess I wasn't dreaming. Why haven't you told anyone yet? I don't want my old man's enemies coming for me. Plus all the other crap I'd have to deal with claiming his name, answered Naruto. I'll just wait till Mom wakes up from her coma and comes home before I claim it. Your mother is alive? Asked Iruka. I thought she was dead. Well, she should have, as the QB was ripped out of her the night I was born. But thanks to Tsunade being in town, she was able to survive the experience. So she's being taken care of by the best medical ninja in the land. And that way no one has seen her, said Iruka. Yep, that's why no one has seen the Red Hot Habanero, or otherwise known as the Red Death, for all this time, said Naruto. Your mother was the Red Death, Kushina! Exclaimed Iruka, paling considerably. May Kami have mercy on the poor fools who've mistreated you when she wakes back up. No kidding. And I have some of her temper as well, said Naruto. I just show it off in the form of pranks, and not physical retaliation. That'd cause a lot of problems and paperwork for Gigi. Doesn't he know how to overcome it? Asked Iruka. I think he forget, or never figured it out himself, replied Naruto, but I'm going to hold it over his head till I need to use it as a bargaining chip. That is so evil, noted Iruka, but very clever. Don't I know it, agreed Naruto. Chapter 5. Shortly after, Naruto showed Yurka that he was much more skilled than he let on. Yurka suggested to Naruto that he should take all the tests and work twice, one set being his cover for his real answers. Naruto said that it was a good idea and agreed. Also, soon after, Yurka got to see the real Naruto that Yurka was told by the Hokage that next year he would be taking over Naruto's class, as the regular teacher filed to return to the file at the end of the year. Yet the teacher never actually did so, and didn't find out about it until after the school year ended. Karma, dude, karma. As the school year went on, Naruto and some others began noticing tension starting to build in the air, but couldn't figure out why. Naruto, being who he was, decided to find out. And who better than the police, as they are meant to have their finger on the pulse of the village better than the ANBU on most cases. So imagine his shock when he learns that it's the Uchihas, the ones who run the police force, are the ones causing the tense air of the village. And why is that? Because they have been planning a coup for some years now, and are almost ready to go through with it. But Naruto took note that not all of the Uchihas were actually willing to go along with it. Naruto reported his finding to Hiruzen, where he learned that the Hokage was already aware of their plans from Itachi Uchiha, the eldest son of the head of the clan. Gigi, what are we going to do? Asked Naruto. I'm not sure, Naruto answered Hiruzen. I've tried to talk to Itachi's father on a peaceful resolution, but the man won't even see me, let alone hear me out. But the way things are going, then the village will be thrown into a civil war like the village hidden in the mist, said Naruto. Can't he see that? Apparently not. If this keeps us, I may have to have them wiped out for the sake of the village, sighed Hiruzen. But what about those who don't want to go through with the coup? Asked Naruto. Can't say for certain, said Hiruzen. I really can't say. I wish there was something I could do, said Naruto. I don't want all of those who are loyal to die for the actions of the ones who are planning on betraying everything our village stands for. Actually, there might, said Hiruzen as a sudden thought crossed his mind. What? Asked Naruto. I'll have to go through your blood work, but I think Minato's mother was an Uchiha that never obtained the Sharingan, and such was disowned. Of course, as Uchihas don't like their prized dojo to being held by those outside of their clan, planned on having her killed off quietly. However, rumor has it she had a child before her death with a man she married after she was disowned. Both have died in the attack, leaving their child an orphan, not knowing who their parents were or their heritage, explained Hiruzen. You think my dad was that child? Asked Naruto. There's a good chance, as Minato's parents were killed shortly after he was born, and we only knew who his father was, not his mother, as he found him in his father's arms alone, answered Hiruzen. I'm sure the Kyuubi wouldn't like that, noted Naruto. He's had some bad experience with them. True, but you're not an Uchiha, agreed Hiruzen, even if it's proven their blood flows through you. Then let's get that test taken care of, said Naruto. I need a doctor's appointment anyway. That night after Naruto's doctor's appointment, the Kyuubi called Naruto to speak to him. What is it that you want to talk to me about? Asked Naruto. I heard what you and the old man were talking about, so I took a look at your DNA to see if it was true or not, answered the Kyuubi. And what did you find? Asked Naruto. Well, it turns out that the old man was correct and your grandmother was an Uchiha, answered the Kyuubi nervously. So, I'll be able to gain the Sharingan someday? Asked Naruto. Not under the normal course of things, answered the Kyuubi. I could make it so you can get it, but I'd have to alter your DNA to do that. Exactly what is keeping me from gaining the Sharingan normally? Asked Naruto. A mutation in your grandmother made it impossible to unlock the Sharingan under normal means, so while you might carry the Sharingan in your DNA, you yourself won't ever gain it. But I can fix that if you want, answered the Kyuubi. Well, having the Sharingan would be nice. Is there any other bloodlines I have? Replied Naruto. No, but I could give you one, replied the Kyuubi. What kind would that be? Asked Naruto. Well, I could give you Kinsen powers if you want them, answered the Kyuubi. I mean, I am the Lord of Kinsens after all. I'll think about it, replied Naruto, but I have other things to worry about before that. It's best when you are young. It'd hurt like hell otherwise, warned the Kyuubi. I'll keep that in mind, said Naruto as he left his mindscape to head to Dreamland. A few weeks later finds Naruto sneaking into the Uchiha compound with an army of shadow clones and special blood clones that he just recently mastered creating, with the help of seals, so he could make so many in so little time. Alright, you know your mission. Get the good Ukiyas out, and the location of their best gen just to use a sure sway so we could take his eyes for ourselves, ordered Naruto. Naruto, why do you want his eyes? Asked the Kyuubi through the mental bond they recently formed with Naruto's consent. I'll tell you when I get them, replied Naruto. He isn't going to be easy to defeat. You know that, right, said the Kyuubi. Plus I thought he was one of the few Uchihas that weren't for the coup d'etat? I know that, but he has an illness that's going to take his life in a few years. This way I release him from his pain and make sure his eyes are kept safe, replied Naruto. It's not like I want to kill him in cold blood or something. Naruto chose tonight to go through his plan, because tonight Itachi was to kill his entire clan for the sake of the village. Of course Sasuke was going to live, the man didn't have the heart to do it. Boy, Naruto was not looking forward to how Sasuke was going to act after this, not one bit. As the night wore on, Naruto's special blood clones swapped places with the good Uchihas, seeing that they were made from their blood and could easily take their place. Sneaking into the hospital has its advantages sometimes. Naruto, what are you doing here? Asked Itachi when he caught him going into the clan archives. Robbing your clan of virtually everything of value, seeing how you've killed just about every one of your clansmen. No one is going to notice me taking them, and if someone sees stuff missing they'll think you took it all, answered Naruto. The perfect crime. And what if I tried to stop you? Asked Itachi as he tightened his grip in his bloody sword. Like you would. I know all about what's going on tonight, and why you're doing all this, replied Naruto. You're the most clever person I've ever met, Naruto. I wish things could have turned out differently, said Itachi. So do I. But your father just wouldn't budge, replied Naruto. But anyway, do you know where Shisui is? Why? Asked Itachi. I know he shared your view on this whole ordeal, but I wanted to take his eyes as he was going to die soon from his illness anyway, answered Naruto. I'm afraid my father had attacked him the other day as he got wind of our plan to use Shisui's special eyes to end the coup. He got away, but asked me to take his eyes and keep them safe before he jumped into the river and drowned himself, said Itachi. Why do you want his eyes for? Dad's mother was that Uchiha who was disowned due to her not getting the Sharingan, which means I would have the ability to get it myself. But due to the mutation that kept her from getting it in the first place, I can't get it under normal circumstances. But the Kyuubi said he could fix that for me. Really now, then why try to get Shisui's eyes, asked Itachi. Oh, no reason, just that I created a special seal to fuse his eyes with my own. That way I get the Sharingan on my own, then have the Kyuubi fix the problem in my DNA so my own kids could get it also. All in all, this means the Sharingan wouldn't die out if Sasuke dies for some reason, explained Naruto. Clever, little, mumbled the Kyuubi when he heard that. Alright, here, said Itachi as he tossed Naruto a small jar that held 2 eyes in it. Those are Shisui's eyes. I know I can trust you to use them properly. Thanks, Weasel. I'll go get the ritual set up while you finish your mission. There can't be that many left, said Naruto as he ran off. But not before leaving 30 clones to raid the clan just the library. You knew my ANBU name? Asked Itachi. I know who most of the ANBU are. Don't tell them that, called Naruto as he kept running off. Don't worry, Naruto. I'm not going to tell anyone your true power to anyone, said Itachi as he went to finish his gruesome mission. Naruto soon found a quiet section of the Uchiha compound where Itachi already killed all the Uchihas in the area and began drawing out a very intricate circle around him to perform the ritual that would combine Shisui's eyes with his own. As Naruto finished the long string of hand signs and brought the eyes up to his own, the thought to the Kyuubi. Alright Kyuubi, you wanted to give me Kitsune powers, well now you can. You are aware of what will happen to you if I do this, right? Asked the Kyuubi. If you mean giving me Kitsune powers will make me part demon, right? Replied Naruto. Yes, it would, answered the Kyuubi carefully. You're not mad about that, are you? No, just get it over with. I'll deal with the repercussions later, replied Naruto as he completed the sealing just at the same time the Kyuubi began the transformation process. Gah! Screamed Naruto in pain, which with all the screams of death going on covered up his own. After a few minutes Naruto was able to stand and started making his way home as quickly as possible. Once home Naruto went straight to bed and passed out as soon as he slumped onto his bed. The next morning Naruto woke up 10:30 in the morning, sore as heck. Ugh, everything hurts, groaned Naruto. Well, considering what happened last night, I'm not surprised, said the Kyuubi. Hey, do you have an actual name? Asked Naruto. Kamara is my real name, answered Kamara. Thanks for finally asking me. Sorry, replied Naruto. So what did you change last night exactly? Well, now you have a foxtail and your ears are now fox-like to start, answered Kamara. Of course you are able to hide them rather easily, so you don't have to worry about that. No wonder my tailbone hurts so much, said Naruto. Anything else? Well, I tweaked your Sharingan a bit so there are some noticeable differences between yours and Uchiha's, answered Kamara. Like what? Asked Naruto. First off, the eye color is different for one, and the main difference is when you see a new jutsu you don't automatically learn or master it, you just get the basics to it. Which means you still have to properly learn the jutsu yourself if you want to or not. Plus you could possibly learn special elemental moves this way. The most important thing is how to unlock the final stage, but that's up to you to figure out, answered Kamara. Oh, I have a way for you to change other Sharingans to be like your own in a ritual similar to the one where you absorb Jusuis. Alright, that's good to know, said Naruto. I could use it on those Uchihas I saved. That you could, but do you know how Uzumakis are meant to look? Replied Kamara. Plus you don't know if they would want to or not. I mean, you haven't spoken to them yet. Oh crud, you're right, cried Naruto. I'd better make sure they're safe and sound. Naruto quickly ran to the main room of his flat and found all the adult Uchihas he saved waiting for him. Care to explain what we're doing here? Asked one of the very few adults of the group of 20. I saved you from suffering the same fate as the rest of your traitorous clansmen, answered Naruto. Good God, you mean we'd all be dead if it wasn't for you? Exclaimed the man in horror. Correct, I also have learned who my grandmother was from Gigi and my burden, replied Naruto. Who was she? Asked Mikoto Uchiha, Sasuke's mother and best friend to Naruto's own. She was that one Uchiha that never unlocked the Sharingan, but that was due to a mutation in her DNA that I just recently corrected, answered Naruto. I wasn't a fan for what happened to her, but I'm glad she was able to have a family. No matter how short it was, said Mikoto. But what do you mean recently corrected? The Kyuubi fixed the problem, but in order to do so had to change some things around, answered Naruto. I see, and what exactly would that be? Asked Mikoto calmly, even though the other adults flinched. I became a half-demon, answered Naruto, as he reviled his new form. Well, that's new, noted Mikoto. Hey, when can we go home? Asked one of the other Uchihas. There's a bit of a problem with that, said Naruto as he explained the events of last night to them as well as the special ritual he could perform once he finds his mother. The Uchihos were saddened about how everyone now thinks that they're dead, but at least now they could start anew. Mikoto, however, was saddened about how Sasuke thinks she's dead and won't be able to raise him anymore. Gigi should be here later. I'm sure we can figure something out, assured Naruto. You're very mature for your age, you know that? Noted Mikoto. I know, but I think for now everyone should change their appearance so people don't recognize you when you go out in public, replied Naruto. Good idea, agreed the gathered Uchihas, but what do we tell our kids? Let Gigi figure it out, replied Naruto. I don't know how to deal with stuff like that yet. So while everyone waited for the third Hokage Hiruzen to arrive, Naruto spent his time getting used to his new body and also learn a basic Kitsune attack, Foxfire, as well as a low-level Genjutsu, Hell Viewing technique. As now being part Kitsune fixed Naruto's problems with creating breaking illusions, as those are one of the things Kitsunes are known for. Just not Kamara, for some odd reason. Around dinner time Hiruzen arrived, as well as Kakashi and Yurika, as they wanted to know what was going on. Naruto, while I'm glad you saved some lives last night, I don't approve of the method you did so, said Hiruzen once everyone was seated in the main room. Sorry Gigi, but I didn't know what else to do, apologized Naruto, seeing how you did order for the entire clan's death. I thought it was best to fake the still loyal to the village and go from there. And do you have any ideas on what to do yet? Asked Hiruzen. Well, the Kyuubi told me he knows a special ritual that'll make them part of my clan and change their Sharingans to be like my own, answered Naruto, as he activated his unique Sharingan. How do you have a Sharingan? Let alone one that's so different, asked Irika. His grandmother was once part of our clan, but due to her not obtaining her Sharingan, no matter how hard she tried, she was disowned and banished from the clan, answered Mikoto. Naruto found out from the Kyuubi that it was due to a mutation that made unlocking it the regular way impossible for her and her descendants. And the Kyuubi fixed that last night, but to do that he had to do a little more, added Naruto. What? Asked Kakashi. It's not that I don't trust him, I'm just curious. Let me show you, replied Naruto as he changed into his new form. Well, that's something you don't see every day, noted Hiruzen. So what does this new body allow you to do? Well, now my problems with Genjutsu are gone, Plus I now can use kitsune powers, answered Naruto. The Kyuubi also told me as I grow older I'll gain more tails and become even stronger. But while a new tail comes in, my chakra control will drop considerably until it comes in. Anything else? Asked Yurka. Well, I would grow claws and my canines would get longer. But I used Inuzuka adjusted to make them that way already some time ago, answered Naruto, so that didn't change. Have you learned anything new yet? Asked Kakashi. I learned 2 new abilities, answered Naruto, but can we get back to why we're all here? Yes, we're getting off track, agreed Hiruzen. Now what is this ritual Naruto spoke of? Naruto told us that he could make us part of his clan, but he isn't able to do it until his mother is back, answered Mikoto, and until then we should have disguises for when we're out in public. A good plan, though if I'm honest I'm not sure why she hasn't woken up yet, said Hiruzen. Who knows, Gigi? But is there any news on any of surviving members of my clan? Asked Naruto. Actually yes, Jiraiya found 3 of them in a village in Grass Country, and they're now with Tsunade helping her watch over your mother, answered Hiruzen. She's also taken the daughter of the 2 elder Uzumakis as an apprentice due to her aptitude towards the art of healing. That's cool, though I wish they'd visit, replied Naruto. I know, Naruto, but Jiraiya is doing his best in locating any other members while out in the field, assured Hiruzen. I know, Gigi, said Naruto. Now while your plan is very good, but until further notice I want the children to stay here at the apartments out of sight, while the grown-ups provide some income, said Hiruzen. Well, I know how to make weapons and seals, they could sell those, suggested Naruto. That's a good idea, Naruto. And with all the shadow clones you can make, it shouldn't be too hard to keep up, agreed Hiruzen. Thanks, Gigi. But I know I can't do it all on my own, replied Naruto. Plus some of us do know how to forge weapons and other things to help make money, added Mikoto. I see, said Hiruzen. Well then take care of that. Now I'm sure you, Mikoto, want to keep an eye on your son, correct? Yes, but I'm not sure how to do so, answered Mikoto. He thinks I'm dead. Well, there are some who are part of your clan that are part of ANBU and stayed away from taking part of the coup, said Hiruzen, and I plan on having them keep an eye on young Sasuke. And seeing how you were once part of ANBU, you could retake your old position and keep watch over him that way. I guess that's better than nothing, said Mikoto. I'll do it. Good, now if it comes to it we'll reveal that you're alive and that you just faked your death, said Hiruzen. Well, now that's taken care of, we can eat, said Hiruzen. Now that sounds good, agreed Naruto. Good thing I had some shadow clones start making diner. What are you making? Asked Kakashi. Mixed rice and pork, answered Naruto. Since the Uchiha massacre as it came to be known happened at the end of the school year, it only caused the year to end 2 weeks early. During the summer break Naruto started making massive strides in his growth, learning a handful of new justice and mastering his Sharingan up to 2 tomes in each eye. Naruto also mastered weapon making as well as how to make herbal remedies and antidotes. The justice Naruto learned were the Gale Palm, Water Bullet, Phoenix Fire Flower, Shushin Jutsu, Crystal Ball Jutsu, Earth Style, Underground Projection Fish Technique, For Legs Technique, Fog Clone Jutsu, Hide and Camouflage Technique, Mind Transfer Jutsu, Projection Technique, and the Escape Jutsu. He didn't master them all, let's make that clear right now, so don't think he did. When the school year began, Naruto and his friends immediately noticed the difference in behavior. Sasuke as well as a lot of girls starting to swoon over him. Behold, the birth of the fangirl, noted Naruto tremble in fear as they are one of the most vicious creatures you will ever face. Thankfully Hinata isn't like that, right? Said Kiba. No, she's not a fangirl, replied Naruto, but she is a normal preteen girl with a crush on me. We all know that, Naruto, said Shikamaru. Yeah, I know. It's just if I wasn't already good friends with her, I might pretend to like some other girl as part of my mask of foolishness, said Naruto, but as we are friends working on moving past that, I most defiantly am not going to do that. Plus Hinata would pulverize you for doing so, doesn't hurt either, said Choji. Yeah, no kidding, agreed Naruto with a shiver. I just wish she had a better home life. Yeah, we all do, agreed the others. See, after everything that's been going on, Hinata's progress has slowed considerably, which is worrying for Hayashi. For now the elders are pushing Hanabi, Hinata's little sister of 2 years, become even stronger than her, to become the clan heir and Hinata be branded with the caged bird seal. Not that it would work, as Naruto created and placed a protection seal on her to prevent it from being even placed on her. Now if he could figure out how to remove it after it's been applied, do you think it might have something to do with her nature type? Asked Shikamaru. Maybe. I'm not very good with the normal style of the gentle fist and have been working on my own version. So that might be it, replied Naruto, but I've only just recently started work on that, so I'm not ready to teach anyone it yet. Well, let's get to school. We're running late as it is, noted Choji. Troublesome. But yeah, you're right, it's not the best way to start the year, agreed Shikamaru. So the new school year begins with Naruto declaring that he's Sasuke's rival, only to not be taken seriously due to how bad his grades were last year. Oh, if they only knew. Hello class, it's great to see so many familiar faces again for another exciting year, greeted Irika as he stepped into the room. Now just like last year, we're going to do a series of tests to see where you stand among your classmates, continued Irika. Now according to the rankings from the end of last year, the rookie of the year was Naruto Uzumaki? No, that can't be right, I thought he was the dead last. Oh yes, here we are. It was Sasuke Uchiha with Shino not far behind him. Naruto and his friends thought it was funny how Irika told the class who was really at the top of the class in the form of mistake. However, Sasuke's fangirls reacted as expected and flipped out a bit when they heard Naruto was better than Sasuke, if only for a moment. And just like last year, Sasuke was at the top, while Naruto and most of his friends were at the bottom. For the boys that is, Hinata took second for the girls and fourth overall, and Shino again was second for both the boys and overall. Hashtag 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 line break. Hashtag 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 hashtag. The went on normally with nothing really noteworthy happening. The same for the other school years, until the last year of school for the students. Of course Naruto learned a few more jutsus, mastering the ones he did know to the point he only needed one seal, or none whatsoever, even learned how to do them one-handed. Naruto's level with seals and weapon making was almost to the point of being a true master of the art, having created plenty of new seals and could forge his own weapons, which he sold at a shop next to the main plaza where a lot of traders set up their stalls. This brought in a ton of cash for Naruto and those who lived with him. The former Uchihas moved to the floor below him, but spent plenty of time in the commons room of Naruto's flat as it was the largest room up there. Naruto didn't feel so lonely anymore with so many people spending so much time around him. Hiruzen also told him that with all the wealth he's managed to gain, on top of his clan's savings, makes him one of the richest people in the village, only behind the Hyugas, Uchihas, Senjus, and Sarutobi Shinobi clans in terms of overall wealth. There were still some civilian clans that also held more wealth than he did. Not that Naruto cared all that much and said that he wanted his wealth to be used to help improve the security of the village, seeing how no one else seemed to put forth the money to do so. Though Hiruzen also told Naruto that all of the vast wealth his clan has in Yuzu in its entirety was greater than all the money in Konoha put together, as it was both a hidden village and the capital of Whirlpool, with the Uzumakis ruling over both. But since the attack and destruction of Yuzu no one has managed to find the hidden vaults, let alone get a hold of anything from them. So that means if Naruto could locate them and open them, Naruto would have a lot of cash at his disposal as well as a vast library of knowledge for his use. Hashtag 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 line break. Hashtag 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 hashtag. The final year was interesting as during the year Naruto started pulling even crazier and more elaborate pranks on the people of Konoha. Naruto also started carrying around a wooden tanto that he made himself. The tanto on the other hand was only 8 inches long and had a series of seals that made it just as dangerous as a regular tanto made of metal. Most of the other students didn't know what to make of this change, and Sasuke's fangirls thought he was trying to look cooler than Sasuke. Sasuke himself didn't care as he thought it wouldn't be any use to Naruto. How wrong he was. During the year Naruto started also challenging Sasuke more and more to spars, as well as trying to upstage him in class, much to the ire of both Sasuke and his fangirls as they felt Naruto was a nobody that had no skill whatsoever. Hey Kakashi and I, who do you think I'll be paired up with when I graduate this year? Asked Naruto one night at the end of the school year over a diner of roast duck that Naruto made. I'm afraid that it'd be both Sasuke and Sakura, said Kakashi with a slump. The only good news is that I'd be your sensei as the council wants me to take Sasuke as my apprentice. Or if not, that focus most of my attention on him and ignore you and Sakura. They do know that's illegal, right? Asked Naruto. I'm sure it was the civilian council that told you to do that, and they have no say in shinobi business. True, but the 2 elders also told me, replied Kakashi. They've really spoiled that boy ever since the night most of his clan was slain. I know, at least they haven't discovered my raid of the Jutsu library, or the archives yet, said Naruto. Or that you copied the special writings under the compound, added Kakashi. Meh, not my problem, shrugged Naruto. They should have had better protection for their secrets. That's very much true, agreed Kakashi. Yes, well, I best get to bed soon. Kyuubi wants me to spend the next week training, said Naruto with a yawn. What kind of training? Asked Kakashi. Summoning for one. The other was learning some new kitsune powers, answered Naruto as he summoned a shadow clone to clean up and headed to bed. Line break. Alright Kamara, what am I going to learn exactly this week? Asked Naruto. First, I'm going to teach you how to transform fully into your fox form. After that we'll start with the summoning training, answered Kamara as he manifested into a vague red vaporous form thanks to Naruto creating a special seal to allow some very minor and limited freedom from the seal that held him inside Naruto. Wish I could make that work better, said Naruto. Hey, this is the most freedom I've had in years, plus no one has ever managed to do this before. So don't discredit your work, scolded Kamara, but yes, having a more solid form would be nice. Alright, already submitted Naruto. Now how do I transform? It shouldn't be that hard thanks to your henge works in the same way. But once you learn how to transform into your kitsune form your powers will become more powerful, replied Kamara, so just relax and focus on both your kitsune powers and changing forms. Alright, replied Naruto as he sat down and began meditating. A few moments later Naruto felt himself changing. It hurt and felt really weird to him. But once it was over he opened his eyes and immediately noticed that his was no longer human. Did it work? Asked Naruto. Yep, it did, answered Kamara. You now are a 3-tailed blonde fox. Cool, I'm going to go look around to get used to my new body, said Naruto as he tried to stand and move around. Failing terribly, man, this is harder than it looks. Take your time, kid. Take your time, said Kamara, who was very proud of Naruto. Also, until you master your new body you should stay like that so you get used to it faster. Alright, agreed Naruto, who proceeded to take a nap. It took 4 days, But Naruto managed to learn how to control his new body and how to change back and forth very quickly and painlessly. He also learned how to summon his fox fire in that form as well as hunt for food. That was an interesting experience for Naruto, as he never had to hunt before. Alright, now since you are part kitsune you are allowed to summon full-blooded ones to help you out in various tasks, explained Kamara. What can they do exactly? Asked Naruto, who was currently in his kitsune form. Well, for starters, kitsunes are very good at tracking, spying, assassinations, surprise attacks, delivering messages and the like, answered Kamara. So basically anything related to being sneaky? Asked Naruto. Pretty much, the toads are rather good with most of the other things kitsunes aren't. So between the two clans you have your bases covered for most situations you might come across, replied Kamara. Cool, so how do I summon? Asked Naruto. Alright, the hand signs are pretty much the same, but the last one is the hand sign for fox, and you call out kitsune summoning jutsu, answered Kamara. Alright, here I go, said Naruto, as he changed back into his human form so he could preform the hand seals and called out kitsune summoning jutsu, and slammed his palm on the ground. A poof of smoke appeared, and when it dissipated, a 5-foot-tall, two-tailed black fox was standing there looking completely confused. Where in the world am I? Asked the kitsune, and how did I get here? Sorry if I interrupted anything, but I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the current vessel for Kamara, and I summoned you here, answered Naruto. Liar! No one can hold Lord Kamara! Yelled the kitsune as he lunged at Naruto to attack him. Naruto quickly ducked out of the way, changed forms and blasted the fox spirit with a large dose of fox fire, blowing him into a large boulder. How dare you call me a liar? Snarled Naruto. Do I look like I'm lying? I mean, look at me. Okay, how in the world can you use our powers? Asked the kitsune angrily. Oh, for Kami's sake, sit down and shut up! Yelled Kamara as he manifested himself. Naruto was given this form from me not too long ago, and even though I am a kitsune I'm still also a Biji, and can be sealed away like one. But the elders said that you, whimpered the kitsune. I said be quiet, ordered Kamara. Clearly the elders need dealt with, but I'm unable to do anything as of right now. So until I say otherwise you are going to be staying with Naruto as his personal kitsune summon, am I understood? Yes, Lord Kamara, replied the cowed kitsune. Good, now what's your name? Asked Kamara. It's Shade, answered Shade. It's not the best name, but it's mine. Okay, Shade, now I can see that you only have 2 tails so far, noted Kamara, which means you're fairly young, yet you should know the basic powers are kind uses. So why didn't you use your fox fire and instead jump to attack Naruto? Well, I haven't learned how to summon my fox fire yet, and I wasn't thinking clearly when I attacked, answered Shade with shame. How in the world are you a 2-tailed fox and don't know how to use fox fire? Demanded Kamara. Well, the elders changed the laws on how one learns how to summon our fox fire and other powers after you went missing, and I'm mostly a sneaky prankster who can slip by most of the guards, answered Shade. Those elders are dead once I get back, declared Kyubi. They have no right to do that. Okay, well, can we get back to training now? Asked Naruto, who felt really out of place. Sorry, Naruto. But yes, let's, replied Kamara. We need to get you and Shade in sync with each other. The rest of the week Naruto and Shade got to know each other better, and Kamara told Naruto that he is not to try to summon any other kitsunes until they correct the problems with their homeland. When they returned to Konoha, Naruto told Shade that he would have to stay either in his apartment or outside the village for a little while until the first mission outside the village he gets. When Shade was introduced to the others, they quickly grew fond of him, especially the girls, as they thought he was the cutest thing they had ever seen. Shade had learned to shrink his size down to that of a normal fox so he could get around better. Line break. Soon it was time for the graduation test and everyone was excited for it. Until they looked outside and saw the Hokage monument painted in graffiti. They quickly realized who had done it as they heard a bunch of Chunin and Jonin chase after Naruto, who laughed at their attempts to catch him. Lord Hokage, he's gone too far this time, yelled the Chunin as he barged in on Hiruzen while he was in the sauna. GHH. My eyes. Well, maybe next time you'll think before barging in here, yelled Hiruzen angrily. Now tell me what's going on. It's Naruto, sir. He's painted the Hokage monument, explained the man whose eyes were still smoldering. Why in the world did he do that? Mumbled Hiruzen. I haven't done anything to upset him, have I? Sir, what should we do? Asked the ninja. Just follow normal protocol and bring him to me. If you can catch him, that is, replied Hiruzen. Now leave me. I would like to enjoy the rest of my break, thank you very much. The ninja that were chasing Naruto started dropping like flies after an hour of running and jumping around all over the village. Eventually Naruto tricked them into running past him with a basic hiding technique, but was quickly apprehended by Iruka. Naruto, what do you think you're doing out of class? Yelled Iruka as he used his big head jutsu that he developed from having to deal with Naruto's classmates constantly ignoring him. Was Naruto's smart reply, right before he was tied up and taken back to class by irate Iruka. Line break. Alright class, now due to a certain interruption we will be going over the henge jutsu. Alright, said Iruka after he dropped Naruto into his seat next to Hinata, as it's been since they started school. Escape jutsu, whispered Naruto as he got free of his bindings. The class wasn't happy to go over the henge and made their displeasure well known. Alright, now I want you to come up to the front and transform into the 3rd Hokage when I call your name, said Iruka. Eventually it was Naruto's turn, where instead of changing into Hiruzen, he transformed into Jiraiya wearing a toad outfit. How he knew how Jiraiya would look wearing that he'll take to his grave. That's not who I asked you to transform into, but great job anyway, said Iruka. How do you know what Lord Jiraiya looks like? Asked Mizuki, a teaching assistant that the council appointed to Naruto's class to report his progress better. Saw a picture in Gigi's office one time, replied Naruto. I mean, he was his teacher after all, right? Fair enough, replied Mizuki, who thought the demon has to fail for my plan to work. Thankfully he's too stupid to actually pass, so it'll be a piece of cake. Later that day Naruto had to clean off the paint, but as he used water-soluble paint it wasn't that hard, and afterwards Iruka took him out for ramen. Hey Naruto, good luck on the test tomorrow, said Iruka. I know you'll do great. Thanks Iruka-sensei. But I was thinking, replied Naruto happily, that while I'm doing the written part, which for some reason is a bigger part of the test than it should be, I do poorly in class while I have a clone write down my real answers with Gigi. That way no one can mess with them after the fact. I take it you already brought it up with him? Asked Iruka. Yep, and he agreed to it, answered Naruto. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is who my teammates will be. Sasuke and Sakura, right? Asked Iruka. Yeah, them, replied Naruto sullenly. It's going to be a pain being around them all the time, but hopefully they come around. No kidding, considering how they act, agreed Iruka. I mean, I know by the time the Chunin exams come around you'll be ready, but I'm not sure they'll be. With Kakashi leading us, we just might barely be able to, said Naruto. Well, I'm off to get ready for tomorrow. What do you think? Should I wear my new outfit or not? I say wear it when team assignments are given out. It'd give them quite a start, answered Iruka. Also don't forget, just because you mess up on the written part doesn't mean you'll fail. I know you can pass with everything else. I know that, Iruka. Those they can't fudge and make me look bad, replied Naruto as he left the ramen bar. Line break. The next day everyone gathered to take the graduation exam. Some felt ready and that they'll pass no problem. Others were apprehensive about it, but were still willing to take it. As time went on, Naruto showed off that he was indeed slightly more skilled than he let on, as he passed everything but the written portion so far. Now it was time for the ninjutsu portion of the test. Alright, now this year you are to show us the 3 basic academy jutsus, as well as one other one as extra credit, explained Iruka. While Naruto waited for his turn, he began wondering why he was feeling off today. He just couldn't understand it. Nothing came to mind to explain what was happening. The reason, mainly, it was due to the fact that his 4th tail was coming in that day. The second was because Mizuki placed a genjutsu on him to disrupt his chakra flow to make him more likely to fail. Naruto, Uzumaki called Iruka. Alright Naruto, now show us your henge, said Iruka once Naruto was in the back room where the test was to be done in. Henge, called Naruto as he was covered in smoke. When the smoke cleared, there standing in front of Iruka and Mizuki was a very much naked girl with long pigtails. Naruto, what kind of jutsu is that? Demanded Iruka. Gah! The hell? I was going for something completely different, exclaimed Naruto in horror. Henge. Once the smoke cleared, they saw that Naruto now looked exactly like Kakashi. Okay, that's a lot better, said Iruka with a sigh of relief, as it took a lot of willpower not to be blown back by a nosebleed. I have no idea where that came from, and I'm never going to change into that again, said Naruto when he undid his henge. Good idea, now, said Iruka as he pulled a wooden kunai and threw it. Think fast. Naruto quickly swapped places with a picture of Hiruzen from off the wall. Not the first thing I would have picked to change places with, but good enough, said Iruka. Now on to the clone jutsu. Naruto started gathering the correct amount of chakra to perform the jutsu, but as soon as he called out clone jutsu, he felt a rush of chakra go into the move, causing a large amount of smoke. What in the world just happened, thought Naruto. When the smoke cleared, there laying on the ground to his right was a pale dead clone. I know I can do this, so what the heck is going on, thought Naruto. Strange, I wonder what went wrong, thought Iruka. I know for a fact that Naruto can do this easily. Ha! My plan worked. Now to put the final pieces into place and get rid of the demon once and for all, thought Mizuki. Well Naruto, I'm afraid that you failed, said Iruka carefully. Can I try one more time? Asked Naruto. I guess, replied Iruka. Sadly, Naruto still failed to make a proper clone, but now Naruto was beginning to figure out what was going on. Sorry, but you still fail, apologized Iruka. Wait, Iruka, he did make a clone. Surely he can pass, said Mizuki. Both Naruto and Iruka gave him an odd look, Naruto more discreetly as he was pretending to look hopeful. Both of them also wondered what Mizuki's game was, as they both knew that he didn't like Naruto at all. Once school was let out, all the parents congratulated their kids on passing, and also spoke poorly and were glad that Naruto failed. Speaking of Naruto, he was on the tire swing off on his own with his friends looking at him with worry and some confusion. Same went for their parents, as they all knew that Naruto should have passed. As everyone was beginning to leave, Mizuki came over to Naruto to comfort him and put his hand on his shoulder. Naruto, Iruka was just looking out for you. You know, assured Mizuki. He just was looking out for you. The heck is he getting at? Does he not know Iruka lives at the same place I do, or what? Thought Naruto. But seeing how he wanted you to pass, he agreed to let me tell you a secret way to pass, added Mizuki. Okay, that's a lie, thought Naruto. The only way to become a genin besides passing the test is a field promotion, but that's not secret. How, Mizuki? Asked Naruto with false hope. Simple, what you need to do is sneak into the Hokage's tower, and take the forbidden scroll and take it to a location that I'll have to come find. Learn a jutsu from it, and then wait for me to arrive. Then you pass, answered Mizuki, thinking this is too easy. He's planning on setting me up as the fall guy. Well then, thought Naruto, joke's on him. I have no plan on letting him get away with it. Okay Mizuki, I'll do it, said Naruto. Line break. Getting into the Hokage's tower was painfully easy and getting the scroll was just as easy. Though Naruto told Hiruzen, Iruka and Kakashi what was going on beforehand, Hiruzen wasn't happy with Mizuki's plan and told Naruto that he'll have to go all out when the time comes to deal with the traitor, and that it was going to be put down as a high B rank mission. While Naruto ran off to the location, Hiruzen sent out ninja to find him as part of the act. Though Mizuki tried to find Iruka to tell him, but he was already among the gathered ninja, stating he was heading home for the night when the alarm was sounded. Line break. Naruto arrived at a small clearing a mile out of the village and opened the scroll. Let's see if I can't learn anything from this, said Naruto. The first thing is the shadow clone, but I already know that. Let's see what else there is. Naruto read everything in the scroll with his Sharingan eyes as not to miss anything and found a lot of high-grade jutsus that he could learn and set out to doing so with an army of shadow clones. 2 hours later Naruto managed to learn most of the jutsus in the scroll, not that they were very powerful yet and far from being mastered. As he closed up the scroll, Iruka found him and entered the clearing. Naruto, just what were you thinking? Demanded Iruka as he played his part, as he sensed that Mizuki trailed after him, as he was one of the few people who could find Naruto when he hides away, except when using a certain jutsu to blend into the shadows around him. Training Iruka-sensei. I learned a really cool jutsu from the scroll, so I pass, right? Replied Naruto in the guise of an idiot. What do you mean? Asked Iruka. Mizuki-sensei told me, all I had to do to pass the secret test was to get this scroll from Gigi's tower, learn a jutsu from it before he gets here, and bam, I pass, explained Naruto. Mizuki told you? Asked Iruka as he sensed a hail of kunai headed towards them. Naruto, look out! Yelled Iruka as he knocked Naruto out of the way and got hit by a bunch of kunai. Good work, Iruka, mocked Mizuki. Now Naruto, hand me the scroll. No Naruto, don't do it. That scroll is full of important secrets, yelled Iruka. Huh? What's going on? Asked Naruto in false confusion. You're the one to talk, Iruka, said Mizuki. Hey Naruto, you want to know why everyone hates you? Yeah? Replied Naruto. No Mizuki, don't, it's forbidden, cried Iruka. 12 years ago the nine-tailed fox attacked the village, started Mizuki, but how the fourth Hokage defeated the nine-tailed fox was that he had to seal it into a newborn. No! Don't tell him! Yelled Iruka. Sealed in a newborn? Asked Naruto. What are you saying? That you were that newborn, Naruto, explained Mizuki. You are the nine-tailed fox reborn. That's why everyone hates you. Even Iruka hates you. The reaction was Naruto to go deadpan, then into rage as he yelled, hey asshole, news flash. I've known about the QB for a few years now, and that those who break that law are to be put to death. And I'll gladly do so. What are you? Exclaimed Mizuki as Naruto stopped hiding his true power, changing into his kitsune form and launching at him at high speeds. Someone who has played you for a fool, Mizuki, said Iruka as he appeared behind the man, ready to end him. What are you doing? He needs to die, yelled Mizuki. The QB has taken over. Wrong, Naruto has managed to gain that form from hard work, corrected Iruka. Not that you'll live to tell anyone. Mizuki tried to escape, but was cornered by Naruto, who summoned 2,000 shadow clones and proceeded to beat him to death, with him punching right through his chest as the killing blow. Traitor was the last thing Mizuki heard before he died. You alright, Naruto? Asked Iruka, concerned as Naruto has never killed anyone before, at least he hopes so. I'll be alright, Iruka, replied Naruto as he pulled his hand free. Had to get this over with at some point. Not that I enjoyed killing him. I'd be worried if you did, said Iruka. Well, come here, Naruto. There's something I want to give you. What is it? Asked Naruto as he came over to Iruka. Close your eyes, it's a surprise, replied Iruka happily. When Naruto closed his eyes, he felt Iruka lower the goggles he wore and place something else in its place. Alright, you can open your eyes now, said Iruka. When Naruto did so, he noticed that Iruka didn't have his headband on, meaning that he gave it to Naruto, who asked, does this mean? Congrats, you graduate, replied Iruka, even if it wasn't in the normal course of actions. Plus this counts a field promotion, so even if things don't go well with your teammates, you still are a full ninja. Thanks, Iruka-sensei, cried Naruto as he glomped Iruka in a big hug. Hey, take it easy, we've had a rough night, complained Iruka as he broke out in laughter. It's a shame that you had to kill at so young, Naruto. But I know you're strong enough to get past it, said Hiruzen as he finished writing out Naruto's ninja registration form, making his field promotion legal. Plus the stupid civilian council can't argue about you not becoming a ninja anymore. Once Naruto and Iruka came back, after Naruto cleaned off his hand, to return the forbidden scroll, Hiruzen told Naruto that he can keep it as he'd keep it safer at his place than at the Hokage's tower. Are you sure, Gigi? I mean, this scroll is very important, asked Naruto. Think of it as a graduation present. Plus I'm sure you already have read through it already, replied Hiruzen. Thanks, Gigi, thanked Naruto happily. Hey Naruto, I just realized that your fourth tail had came in during our confrontation with Mizuki, noted Iruka. Hey, you're right, my chakra feels stronger and I have more of it, said Naruto. I'm sure your godfather will be glad to hear that when he gets back, said Hiruzen. Hey, when will he be back? Asked Naruto. He should be back by the time the Chunin exams start, answered Hiruzen. I wish he was here to see me graduate, said Naruto softly. Well, he did send you a jutsu scroll for you to learn from as a graduation present, said Hiruzen as he tossed over the scroll. It's his hair growth jutsu and a defensive jutsu, called Needle Guardian. The hair growth jutsu is in there, as you need to have a lot of hair for it to work. Thanks Gigi. Tell Pervy Sage I said thank you said Naruto. Now I should be getting to bed, it's late. Good idea. Now remember you have team assignments in 1 week said Hiruzen, but you should get your ninja ID picture taken as soon as possible. Alright Gigi, see you later replied Naruto as he leapt out of the window and towards his house. Line break. The next day Naruto woke up and changed into his new outfit and strapped on his wooden 24 inches katana to his back. Now instead of his bright orange monstrosity Naruto wore dark gray leggings that were strapped to his legs with black workout bands, a dark gray kimono with orange highlights and a long black cloak with a white uzumaki swirl on the upper back that went over his katana. He was also wearing black ninja boots that had shin guards built in and slim gauntlets to protect his hands. Naruto had his black tool pouch strapped to the side of his legs and on his belt that had plenty of space for his scrolls. All in all Naruto looked fairly imposing. Naruto of course used the henge to hide his new look until teams were assigned and headed over to the Hokage's tower to get his picture taken. Alright, now are you ready? Asked the cameraman. Hold on said Naruto as he dropped his illusion. Now I'm ready. Ugh, ninjas and their tricks complained the man as he took the picture. Nice photo Naruto. I take it this is how you're going to look once teams are handed out, said Hiruzen after Naruto gave him his ID picture. Yep sure is replied Naruto now on board to working on my little project. I can't wait to see it once it's complete replied Hiruzen. Just then the door suddenly opened up and a young boy came rushing in holding a shuriken yelling haha. Now I'll defeat you, before tripping over his overly long scarf and falling flat on his face. Naruto gave a questioning look at Hiruzen who replied that's my grandson Konohamaru. This is his 5th attempt today. It's only 7 in the morning, geez what's up with him? Pondered Naruto. Hey who tripped me? Demanded Konohamaru who then pointed at Naruto. It was who wasn't it? What who me? Replied Naruto as he came over and picked him up and said listen here, if I wanted to trip you you'd never know it was me. Honorable grandson where are you? Called out a voice from the hall. Konohamaru flinched at the voice as he didn't like Ebisu, which Naruto noticed and decided to help the poor kid out a bit by whispering to him if you can find me by the end of the day I'll help you out way better than that closest pervert before vanishing from sight. Konohamaru quickly ran after Naruto as he wanted his help. And he's heard that he's incredibly skilled for someone his age from his grandfather and uncle. Huh. I swore he was in here said Ebisu as he entered the room. Oh he was. But he's gone after Naruto for some reason said Hiruzen. Now if you don't mind me I'm going to grab a bite to eat seeing how I miss breakfast. I can't let that demon influence his honorable grandson. It'd be a disaster thought Ebisu as he ran off to find Konohamaru before he found Naruto. It took Konohamaru until lunch to find Naruto as he was eating at Ichiraku's for lunch. Have you been here this entire time? Asked Konohamaru who was worn out from looking for Naruto. No, I was at home working on a special project. If you had asked your grandfather where I lived you might have found me sooner answered Naruto. Oh, but did you mean you'd help me? Asked Konohamaru. Yeah, I kinda owe Gigi for all the help he's given me over the years. It's the least I can do answered Naruto plus I'm sure I'm a better teacher than Ebisu. That guy thinks there are shortcuts to just about everything. I know, he keeps spouting on about how he's my shortcut to becoming Hokage agreed Konohamaru. Hokage huh? Why do you want to do that? Asked Naruto. So everyone will see me for me, and not as the honorable grandson not Konohamaru explained Konohamaru I mean grandpa gave me my name after the old name of the village, so it would be easier to remember. But no one calls me that. I see, well come with me and I'll see what you know so far and see what I can do said Naruto as he got up and paid for his meal. Line break. Naruto brought Konohamaru to one of the training grounds and asked him to show him what he knew. To say he was impressed would be the biggest lie in the village. Okay, just how much have you been taught so far? Asked Naruto. I mean you can't even hide that well or use any jutsus. Ebisu has been drilling me on history and other boring stuff before he'll teach me anything explained Konohamaru. I can't even use my chakra yet, and it was one of the first things I was supposed to learn. Haven't you told Gigi or your parents? Asked Naruto. No answered Konohamaru. Well then I know what I'm going to teach you said Naruto and after that I'll teach you a cool chakra control trick, so it becomes easier to use. Thanks, said Konohamaru who was glad to be taught something useful. Now I agree that just teaching academic stuff before how to use chakra is bad form. It is important to learn that type of stuff so you're successful in life said Naruto, but I'm not going to bother you with that. It took Konohamaru a little over an hour to unlock his chakra where Naruto told him he had a little more than the average kid his age. It made Konohamaru happy to know the amount of chakra was slightly more than most of the other kids in his age group. Now I'm going to teach you how to walk up trees or other flat surfaces said Naruto. It's also great for sticking to the ground when there is a strong wind. Wow that's so cool said Konohamaru. Yep, now normally you'd learn the leaf sticking exercise before this, and then your Jonin sensei would teach you this said Naruto. Of course in my class I learned this on my own after seeing someone else doing it. That's cool said Konohamaru. Yeah okay it is. Now here let me show you how it works said Naruto as he walked up to a tree and started walking up it with just his feet and stopped midway. The trick is to get a running start, or so I've heard. But I think starting laying down at the bottom of the tree and seeing how much chakra it takes to keep your foot on it before starting to climb. It hurts a lot less. Thanks for the advice said Konohamaru as he started trying to climb a tree the way Naruto told him to. Line break. A few hours later and Konohamaru managed to learn how to climb a tree with just his feet reasonably well for someone his age. We also see Naruto and Konohamaru taking a break and having a snack to regain their energy. There you are, declared Ebisu as he jumped into the clearing the two were in, and came towards Konohamaru. Now, honorable grandson, please get away from this riff-raff at once. Being around people like him will ruin your chances of becoming Hokage. Only with my guidance can you reach the top the fastest way. Do you have a screw loose or something? There is no shortcuts to becoming Hokage. I should know, as that's what I'm going to become someday, stated Naruto. What, you didn't tell me that? Yelled Konohamaru. You didn't ask, plus it just makes us rivals, said Naruto with a smile. Of course I'm going to become Hokage before you do. Honorable grandson, you must come with me at once, ordered Ebisu as he grabbed Konohamaru's scarf and tried to pull him away, but Konohamaru used his recently learned skill to keep him from moving. Shadow Clone Jutsu, yelled Naruto as he summoned up 200 clones behind him. Leave him alone. Please, I'm a jonin, I'm not going to fall to something like this, said Ebisu. Great breakthrough, yelled Naruto as he summoned up a massive gale with all his clones as blew Ebisu far away, but left Konohamaru still standing there as, wow, that was amazing, you blew him away, said Konohamaru in awe. Well, he didn't see it coming for one, and for two I used a large amount of clones, said Naruto, but I suggest getting a different tutor, and not me, as I'm going to be starting my ninja career soon. Alright, agreed Konohamaru. Well, see you around, Konohamaru, said Naruto as he started walking away. I've got a long way to go before I reach our dream. Yeah, now we're rivals, agreed Konohamaru, who was happy that someone recognized him for who he was and not who his grandfather was. Chapter 7. Note: Chapter 7 is when Team 7 is formed. How funny is that? Next Monday, Naruto headed to the academy for the team assignments in his new gear with the hood of his cloak up so people don't recognize him right away. Once he reached the academy, he slipped into his classroom and sat down in his normal seat. Not that the people that were already in the room recognized him due to his new clothes, not including Iruka, as Naruto showed it to him. Congrats all of you for graduating and becoming genin, said Iruka. Now you take your first steps into a larger world. Now I will now read off who your new teammates will be for the beginning of your careers. Line break. Meanwhile, the Hokage's office was filled with the 12 jonin that were to test the new group of graduates from the academy to see if they actually become genin or not. Except Naruto, as he had a field promotion. Not that Hiruzen was going to tell them that. Where's Kakashi? Shouldn't he be here? Asked one of the jonin. Kakashi already knows which group he's going to be testing, said Hiruzen. Team 7. You mean the one that has the last Uchiha and the dead last brat, said a different jonin. I bet he's just going to fail the team just so he can train just the Uchiha and leave the demon to rot, said another jonin, who quickly found a kunai in his throat and dropped dead. You should know better than to refer to Naruto in that way, warned Hiruzen as he let the group feel a good amount of his ki. Most of the group got nervous, but the senseis of teams 8, 9 and 10 weren't, as they all knew Naruto one way or another, and like the kid. I can't believe that someone would be so unyouthful as to say such a thing in front of Lord Hokage, noted Might Guy. Line break. Iruka began naming off the teams from 1 to 6 before reading of Team 7 will be Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha, sequel from Sakura and grown from Ino, and Naruto Uzumaki. But Senshi Naruto failed, complained Sakura, plus he's not even here. Actually, Sakura Naruto came to me later and tried again as there was something wrong with his chakra that day. That's why he failed then. And he is here where he normally sits. The entire room looked over to where Naruto would sit and saw Naruto in his new outfit just sitting there. What? I'm not that hard to miss, am I? Baka! Stop trying to act all cool like Sasuke, yelled Sakura. Why would I do that? Asked Naruto. I don't want a rod stuck up my rear end. Anyway, as I was saying before I was interrupted. Cut. And Iruka, your sensei will be Kakashi Hatake. Cool, we get a former ANBU captain as team leader, noted Naruto, knowing it would get attention but not telling them about his tendency to turn up late on most occasions. Sasuke liked hearing that his was going to be taught by a former ANBU, as he'll become stronger faster so he can kill his older brother. Yeah, like that's going to happen. Iruka then continued on listing off teams 8, 10, 11 and 12. 9 was still in circulation under Might Guy. Then he told them that they'll be picked up by their senseis after lunch. By any chance do you two want to come with me for lunch? Naruto asked his new teammates. I mean, we're supposed to be teammates after all. No way, you're just trying to take me out on a date, or something, replied Sakura, who was repulsed by such a thought. Like heck I'd ask you on a date, snapped Naruto. Everyone knows me and Hinata like each other, so I'm not going to waste my time on you. No, was all Sasuke said as he got up to leave. Now don't get him wrong, if Sakura or any of his fangirls were going to be there he was going to stay away. Otherwise he might have agreed, just to see what Naruto's game was. Naruto left to go get lunch at Ichiraku's, but not before inviting his friends along. And Ino, as she was part of Shikamaru and Choji's team. Blah, ramen, seriously, what about my figure? Wailed Ino. They've been working on a diet line of ramen for some time. They just need some willing people to taste it, countered Naruto. Plus this place is the best in all of Konoha. Oh, said Ino in surprise, I didn't know that. Hey Naruto, where's your teammates? Asked Kiba. Sakura thought I was trying to ask her out on a date and ran off after Sasuke, who also didn't want to come with, answered Naruto. Seriously, we all know who'd I'd ask out way before her. Forehead said that? Asked Ino in shock. How dense is she to how your feelings towards Hinata? I have no idea, replied Naruto. Hinata just smiled as she watched the conversation move on. Anyhow, from what I know about our senseis, we should all become great ninjas someday, said Naruto. How do you know anything about our senseis? Asked Ino. If you'd hang around us more and not pay so much attention on Sasuke, you would have known we've met them before at Kakashi's for a game night, answered Naruto. How do you know where he lives? Asked Ino. He lives at the same place I do, but don't tell Sakura or Sasuke that. I want it to be a surprise, answered Naruto. And where do you live? Asked Ino. At the same place that bears my clan's name, answered Naruto with a flat look. I mean, come on, how hard is it to figure out where I live? Oh, oops, my bad, apologized Ino. It's alright. But Ino, if you want to keep up with everyone, you're going to have to pull back on the dieting and focus more on your training and skills. Otherwise you're going to fall behind in our dust, warned Naruto. We've been holding back in school, some of us more so than others. What do you mean by that? Asked Ino, who didn't believe him. Well, Hinata and Shino haven't held anything back, but the rest of us, explained Naruto, have been keeping our full abilities back since the start of school. I mean, think about it. How is it that so many clan heirs are at the bottom of a class that has a large number of civilian students? Ino's face at the realization of how much she's been played is very amusing, causing everyone to break out in laughter. The group then heads back to school after a very informative lunch, at least for Ino, to meet up with their senseis. Quick note, for the shinobi clans, and a few others, they know that Naruto is part of a clan, but his mother is away recovering and there is a chance that more of them are out in the world somewhere. To the rest, he's just a clanless orphan. Once everyone got back to school, they sat down and waited for their senses to arrive. Naruto, knowing Kakashi's habit of being late, had a clone go fetch a good book to read while he waits, without any of his friends noticing him make the clone, and said clone, handing him a book. Soon after everyone was back in the classroom, all the senseis except Kakashi arrived and picked up their teams to give them their final test. You two better get comfortable. Kakashi isn't going to be here for a while, warned Naruto as he pulled out his book and began reading it. Since when do you read? Asked Sasuke when he saw the book. I've never seen you willingly pick up a book. Sure, if they're school books. Otherwise I like to read most kinds of books, replied Naruto. Alright, what book is it? Asked Sasuke. Probably that perverted series Ika Ika, said Sakura, who was upset Sasuke was talking to Naruto, and not her. Once those words left her mouth, she was hit with the full brunt of Naruto's ki, which dropped the temperature of the room by 20 degrees as he said, you dare accuse me of being a pervert and reading smut when you have that sicking altar to Sasuke and do some rather disgusting things that I'm not even going to repeat. Sakura was paralyzed by Naruto's ki and mortified by his accusations and barely managed to say, you have no proof of any of that. Exactly how bad is it? Asked Sasuke as he figured that his fangirls did something like that. You don't want to know, really you don't, said Naruto with a shudder. Just tell me, said Sasuke, I can handle it. Fine, here, see for yourself, said Naruto as he handed Sasuke a folder. Sasuke took a quick peek and quickly closed it, and had a look of absolute horror on his face. See, she's by far the worst fangirl ever, whispered Naruto. Not even Ino, who's the second worst fangirl of yours, is nearly this bad. How in the world did you even get those pictures? Asked Sasuke. Well, theirs isn't anywhere in the village I haven't been in, replied Naruto. Now please leave me to my book. You still haven't told me what book it is, said Sasuke. It's a book on medical jutsu and procedures, answered Naruto, not looking at becoming a medical ninja or anything, but it's a good idea to have some skill. Think I might be able to use those kind of jutsus? Asked Sasuke. They require very good chakra control, so I'm not sure how well you could use them, replied Naruto. After that no one said anything, though Sakura gave Naruto dirty looks. It wasn't until 3 o'clock that Kakashi arrived at the room. My first impression of you, said Kakashi when he entered, causing Sasuke and Sakura to look up at him. Two of you are boring. Huh? Said Sakura stupidly. grunted Sasuke. Anyway, be up on the roof in 5 minutes, said Kakashi as he shoo-shined away. Naruto also shoo-shined away, much to Sasuke and Sakura's surprise. The two of them arrived on the roof shortly after Naruto and Kakashi, who were having a very engaging conversation about seals. Oh, you're here, said Kakashi as the two came over, ending the conversation with Naruto. Now take a seat and then we can introduce ourselves. What do you want us to say? Asked Sakura as and Sasuke sat down on opposite sides of Naruto. Seriously, how did she get her spot as the top Kinochi? Thought Kakashi, who answered, you know your name, likes, dislikes, hobbies, dreams, that sort of stuff. Can you show us? Asked Sakura. The others gave her a blank look in response. I mean, seriously, how smart is she really? Alright, fine, my name is Kakashi Hataki. I like teamwork and those close to me. What I don't like are traitors and those who break their word. As for my hobbies, you're all too young to understand it. As for my dream, well, it is to make my fallen comrades proud of me and pass on their will of fire to the next generation for them. Now you Pinky. Who, me? My name is Sakura Haruno. What I like, looks over to Sasuke and squeals. I dislike Naruto and Inopig. My hobbies are, squeals again. My dream is, squeals once again at a higher pitch, was Sakura's response. Good grief, this is really bad. I'm not sure how I'm going to correct this behavior, thought Kakashi, who said, alright Mr. Dark and Brooding, your turn. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. The only thing that I currently like are tomatoes. What I dislike are fangirls and especially fanboys, and the one who destroyed my clan. My only hobby is training in my dream. No ambition is to destroy a certain man and rebuild my clan, was Sasuke's response. Just as I thought. but he seems to be somewhat stable, thought Kakashi, who said, alright, now your turn, Whiskers. Naruto shot Kakashi a glare, but went forth and say, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, my friends, reading, studying new jutsus, and fuinjutsu. What I don't like are traitors and people who can't tell the difference between a kunai, the scroll it's sealed in. My hobbies are making seals, reading, hanging out with my friends and those close to me. My dream is to become Hokage and make my parents proud of me, even if they're not here with me. Just what I expect from Naruto, thought Kakashi. What parents? You're an orphan, said Sakura insensitively. The incredibly cold look she got from the others made her very nervous. Sakura, where do you get the nerve to say something like that, said Kakashi in a cold tone. We've all lost our parents, for various reasons. Oh, I didn't know, said Sakura in a small voice. Well, think before you open your trap, warned Kakashi. Now tomorrow at 7 we are going to have a survival exercise. Why? Asked Sasuke. We did those in the academy. This one is a little different than normal, explained Kakashi. As if you fail it, you will have to go back to the academy for another year if you're lucky. Otherwise be dropped from the shinobi program permanently. Oh, and this test has a 66% failure rate. Both Sasuke and Sakura both got nervous, as that meant the of their dreams/ambitions. Naruto wasn't worried, as he was already a genin thanks to his field promotion. Also, as a warning, don't eat breakfast, or you'll throw up, advised Kakashi before he vanished. Eat something light, but filling, said Naruto, otherwise you aren't going to have the energy to do much. Then Naruto also vanished to finish a project he's been working on for some time. Sasuke left, ignoring Sakura's advances, to get ready for the next day, and tried to figure out just who Naruto was. Sakura just daydreamed about Sasuke and didn't do anything to get ready. Line break. The next day Sakura was the first one to arrive to the training grounds, but it was the wrong one, as it was training ground 9. She was scared by the sunset of youth and ran off screaming and swore to never speak of it again. This is why Sasuke was the first one to arrive to training ground 7 at 7 and see Sakura come running in with a terror-struck face. Man, she's such a dead weight, thought Sasuke. At least Naruto seems to take things seriously now, so he might actually keep up with me, somewhat. A half-hour later Naruto arrived with a batch of scrolls under his arms and proceeded to use some of them to create a screen between himself and the others, and called out, "Don't mind me, just putting the finishing touches to something I've been working on for quite some time." It was around 10 when Kakashi arrived to see Sakura off to the side sulking, and Sasuke looking over to Naruto, who was looking rather smug about something. "Hi there," greeted Kakashi. "You're late," yelled Sakura. "Sorry, I had to help this old lady get her shopping home when her bags ripped," apologized Kakashi. Sure," said Naruto, who didn't quite believe him. "Anyway, your test is to take these bells from me by the time this alarm goes off," said Kakashi as he pulled out said bells and alarm clock and placed the clock on one of the 3 stumps in the clearing. "But sensei, there's only 2 bells," noted Sakura. "Correct, those who fail to get a bell will be tied to a stump while the rest of us eat," said Kakashi as he turned to face them, "and then their fate of what happens to them afterwards will be decided." The 3 former students got ready to move. "Now begin," called Kakashi. The 3 of them jumped away to hide from Kakashi. "Well, at least she knows how to hide somewhat," noted Kakashi as he saw that Sakura was hidden fairly well. "Sasuke did a good job as well. But Naruto, on the other hand, I have no clue where he went." As Kakashi went after the 3 students, going for Sakura first, as she was the easiest and weakest of the 3 by far. "PST, Sakura," whispered Kakashi from behind Sakura, startling her and making her turn around. Kakashi cast the hell viewing jutsu on Sakura, who fell for it very easily. "It's the same as in canon, look it up." "I wonder if Sasuke will work with me or not," pondered Naruto. "I mean, that's the main part of this test, right, Kakashi?" "Correct, Naruto. I even hinted at it yesterday when I talked about myself," replied Kakashi. "Now are you going to go for a bell or not?" "Who says I haven't?" replied Naruto as he showed a bell in his hand. Kakashi quickly checked his belt where he tied the bells on, and saw both of them were still there. When Kakashi looked up, Naruto was gone. "Sneaky little, I bet I only came across him by chance, so he distracted me to get away. I'm so proud of him." Eventually Kakashi wandered over to where Sasuke was so he could test his skill level. "Well, Sasuke, are you coming out? Or do I have to flush you out?" called Kakashi. Sasuke quickly burst out from the underbrush and tossed a handful of shuriken at Kakashi, who easily tilted to the side to avoid them. But that's what Sasuke wanted, as the shuriken set of a trap he set, causing a volley of kunai to fly at Kakashi at much faster speeds, seemingly killing him, only for him to poof and show that all Sasuke hit was a log. "Damn, where did he go?" pondered Sasuke as he looked around, not forward, behind, to the side, or up. "Then that means..." Sasuke quickly jumped up, barely out of the grasp of Kakashi, who had gone underground. I was hoping to get you with that," noted Kakashi. "Guess you're a little better than I thought." "I'll show you just how strong I am," shouted Sasuke as he began forming hand seals. "There's little chance of him being able to pull that jutsu off, but just in case," thought Kakashi. "Fireball jutsu!" yelled Sasuke as he took in a deep breath and breathed out a large ball of fire that nearly hit Kakashi head on. "Impressive. But I've seen better," said Kakashi out from behind Sasuke before knocking him out with a quick chop to the neck. "Now let's see what Naruto's going to do to try to pass." Sasuke woke up not long afterwards, upset that he was taken down so easily, but found that he wasn't alone. Naruto was only a few feet away from him, giving him a praising look. "What?" snapped Sasuke. I saw you and Kakashi fight, said Naruto. You did alright for someone fresh out of the academy. But against someone like Kakashi you stand no chance of getting those bells on your own. Was Sasuke's response. I suppose you have a plan of some sort? Yes, but the problem is that this is a test on teamwork, replied Naruto. Now while I don't have a problem working with you, it's our other teammate that's the issue. Can't we file for a new teammate? Asked Sasuke. No, said Naruto, and that sucks. Hopefully we can somehow break her out of her fangirl ways and function as a team if we pass. The only good thing is that she'll do anything I tell her to do, said Sasuke. And that's why you're going to tell her my plan, said Naruto. Alright, what's the plan? Asked Sasuke. All-out assault. You and Sakura distract Kakashi while I get my new toy ready to take Kakashi one-on-one. But during our fight the two of you take the bells. You can help me out if you think you can get a hit and seeing you're good enough not to hit your teammates, explained Naruto. What kind of new toy is it? Asked Sasuke. Wait and see, replied Naruto. Line break. After finding Sakura and having Sasuke tell her the plan, they set out to put it into action. Kakashi was waiting for them in the same clearing that they started in when they found him to initiate the plan. Seems Naruto has managed to get them to work together, thought Kakashi as he began dogging Sasuke and Sakura's attacks. It was pitifully easy to avoid Sakura. She had very little skill in hand-to-hand combat, or weapons. Alright guys, I'm ready, suddenly called Naruto as he created a ring of shadow clones around everyone, trapping them. Kakashi noticed that Naruto was holding the hilt of a katana, but it had no blade. I see, so you've finished it, said Kakashi, who was both impressed and worried that Naruto completed his project. Yep, my Fuinjutsu blade, Fukusukaze, Fox Wind, is finally finished, replied Naruto proudly as he gripped the hilt in both hands. And you're my test subject. Show me how strong your blade is, challenged Kakashi as he pulled out his white chakra saber. Naruto fixed and improved it last month. It only took him a year. Naruto channeled chakra into the hilt, creating a 3 feet long blade of pure wind chakra, then charged Kakashi head-on with an overhead strike. Kakashi quickly blocked the blow, barely, and noted that Naruto's sword had 2 other bands that were different color wrapped around the hilt as the grip not glowing. This made him realize that Naruto's sword most likely could also channel his other 2 elemental affinities, making his sword very powerful and dangerous. Naruto pressed his attack, giving Kakashi no room to counter at all, before suddenly pulling out his other sword from his back, channeling wind chakra through it, and began doing spin attacks at faster speeds than before, forcing Kakashi to move faster as well, and soon he was able to start pulling off counterattacks and take the lead of the fight sometimes, if only for a moment. Uzumaki's, natural swordsmen as well as seal masters, real nasty combo. Sakura and Sasuke were standing off to the side, not sure what to make of this development. Sakura was so entranced that she forgot the plan, but luckily Sasuke didn't and noticed that the bells had been cut clean off of Kakashi's belt and dived for them. Naruto! I got the bells! Yelled Sasuke from a safe distance from the 2 fighters. Naruto soon disengaged from his fight and stood next to Sasuke's side. Good work, Sasuke. You managed to remember the plan and not get awed and distracted. Kakashi quickly checked his belt and saw that the bells had been cut clean of at some point during the fight. I see. So the plan was for Sasuke and Sakura to distract me while you got your new sword ready, and then while you were fighting me one-on-one they were to swipe the bells from me. I also said that if they felt that they could get a shot in, without putting me in danger, they could add a Naruto. So, then do we pass? I don't want to know what you'd do if I said no after everything, said Kakashi, who was beginning to feel the fatigue from the fight. But not only did you complete the main task I put in front of you, you also understood the hidden meaning behind this test. So we pass? Asked Sakura. Yes, you are all now officially Team 7. Meet me here in 2 days to begin taking missions, replied Kakashi. I'm going to take a rest to recover from that duel. It took a lot more out of me than I thought it would. Hee, that's my sword's secondary ability, chuckled Naruto. It takes a small amount of my opponent's chakra with each time it makes physical contact if I so wish it to do so. Exactly how much can it drain? Asked Kakashi, who was amazed with what Naruto's sword can do. About 2% of the person's current level of chakra, answered Naruto. There's a few other things it can do, but I'll show you them later. Fair enough, replied Kakashi. Now if you all excuse me, I need to report to the Hokage on you 3 passing. Chapter 8. 2 weeks have passed since Team 7 passed and became official. And in that time Kakashi has been trying to get them to work together as best as he can. Sasuke and Naruto managed to cooperate decently enough, but with Sakura, it's a whole other story as Aideron really wants to be around her. They've also been doing a large number of D-ranked missions, a large part in helping them to work better as a team, and so that they do enough to be able to do at least a low C rank. Currently we find them sneaking around the forest. This is Fox, I'm in position, said Naruto over the radio. This is Avenger, I'm in position, radioed in Sasuke. This is Pink Banshee in position. Naruto, I get to choose our code names next time, said a very annoyed Sakura, very loudly. This is Scarecrow, stop yelling over your headset. Scolded Kakashi, we don't need you scaring off the target. Alright, is the target still there? Asked Sasuke. Nope, it ran off, replied Naruto. Good going, Banshee. It already took us 3 hours to find him and now we have to find him all over again. Thanks a lot, Banshee. If this was a real mission we just might be dead now, added Sasuke. Sorry, apologized Sakura in a small voice. It took them another 3 hours to find their target again and proceed to try to catch them, but each time they just barely missed grabbing it. That was until Naruto called out, alright Tora, I concede. Come here and I'll give you a headband. You clearly are a ninja if you can avoid us for so long. And just like that, Tora the cat jumped out of the bushes and into Naruto's arms, where he proceeded to put a special headband that he had made after having to find the cat 4 times already with the same level of difficulty. I can't believe that worked, said Sasuke in shock. Now if only we can get him to stop running away all the time. I don't know. It's great experience for going after more dangerous targets, replied Naruto. Sasuke and Sakura gave him a look like he was delirious. Let's just return the cat, said Kakashi. Line break. Why is my Tora wearing a ninja headband? Asked the Fire Dynamo's wife. Was the only way to catch him, answered Naruto. Plus I do think he's descended from ninja cats. That's why he escaped so much. Well, he is descended from a long line of nin cats. But I thought he was so cute, is just had to have him when he was a kitten, said the Dynamo's wife. Maybe if he got some training it might make him stick around more, even if you can't see him all the time, suggested Naruto. I'm not an animal expert, so you might want to double check first. I never thought that might be why my sweet Tora runs off, said the Dynamo's wife. Hiruzen, give this chap and his a 10% bonus. Will do, replied Hiruzen as the lady walked out. Nice job, you may have solved an issue that's been ongoing for some time, said Hiruzen. I agree, added Kakashi, but tell me, sir, are there any other missions we can do? Might as well, so more as there is still daylight out. From the looks on Naruto's face, I can tell he's gotten a little tired of the same old D ranks, am I correct? Replied Hiruzen. Naruto, you know C ranks have some risks to them, right? Asked Irika as he was in the missions room helping out. Yeah, I know, but come on, can't we at least do an easy one? Answered Naruto. I'm sure we'll be fine. What do you think, Kakashi? Asked Hiruzen. I think a quick and simple C rank isn't asking too much. Plus it'll be good experience for latter missions that take us out of the village, answered Kakashi. Alright, then bring him in, Irika, said Hiruzen. Irika left to go bring the man in, during which Team 7 pondered what kind of man it was. I wonder if he's some kind of prince, or wealthy merchant, fantasized Sakura with stars in her eyes. Are you kidding? I bet it's someone who needs a little bit of extra help or something, said Naruto. I mean, this is just a low C rank. Whoever it is doesn't have that much money or standing. Irika let in a man who was clearly drunk and looked like he led a life of hard work into the room. Not going to describe him. It's been done plenty of times. Plus if you've watched the show or read the manga, you know who I'm talking about. They're supposed to protect me? Asked Hanza. The pink one looks like she'd drop on the drop of a hat. Hey! Yelled Sakura. I'm a ninja, barely, said the others in the room under their breath. What was that? Said Sakura, who attempted to be threatening, but didn't make much of an impression on them. Alright, knock it off, said Kakashi. Now we're going to leave in 2 hours, so pack for a 2-week mission and met up at the south gate. Naruto and Kakashi both headed home to get ready for the mission, but packed extra as they felt that something was off about the mission. Sasuke also went home to pack, but only for what he was told to, as he didn't notice anything off. Sakura, on the other hand, packed the wrong things, as she packed a bunch of cloths and useless items for a ninja. Once everyone met up, they all noticed that Sakura had way more than she needed. What did you all pack? Asked Naruto with worry. Yes, that's a lot of bags you have there, added Kakashi, who didn't like how many bags she had. But you said to pack everything you need, said Sakura. Yes, and by that I mean food, water, camping gear, weapons and a few changes of cloth, said Kakashi, and from what I can see you packed far too many cloths and not enough of the rest of the things you actually need. I don't even see a tent among your things, but began Sakura. If you thought you were going to get to bunk with Sasuke, forget it. Protocol forbids ninjas that aren't married or in a relationship are not allowed to sleep with each other. Cut. And Kakashi, we don't want any accidents while out on a mission now, do we? Be lucky that I packed an extra set for you, said Naruto as he fished out a scroll. I figured that you might do something like this. And where is it? Asked Sakura. I don't see you or Kakashi having any bags. Storage scrolls, answered Naruto. Can't you see both me and Kakashi have extra scrolls on us? Wish I thought of that, noted Sasuke. Any chance you have extra? Seeing how I know how to make them, I'll make you some later, replied Naruto, but I ain't doing it for free. You should! Yelled Sakura. If you know how to make stuff, then you should make anything Sasuke-kun wants with no charge. Shut it, girly, snapped Hanza. You don't know anything about business. People can't just give their work away for free just because you want them to. We should head out before it get dark, noted Kakashi, effectively ending the conversation there. Sakura was forced to leave practically everything she packed, while Naruto sent a clone to take the stuff back to her house. The first few days were uneventful, except for Naruto revealing his top-notch hunting and cooking powers. Sasuke asked Naruto overnight for tips on how to hunt and cook his own food, as he didn't trust Sakura's survival skills and his own were rather lacking at the moment. Naruto told him that he should pay attention to what he's doing and that there's books back in the village to teach him also, and that he should ask Kakashi as well, seeing how he is their sensei after all. It wasn't until the 4th day that Naruto and Kakashi noticed something wrong. There was a puddle up ahead off to the side of the road, yet it hasn't rained in weeks, and it's a rather warm day out. They both had the same thought, enemy ninjas, and got ready for when they attack. As the group passed the puddle, the 2 hidden ninjas came out, and using their bladed chain wrapped Kakashi up, and when they pulled it tight, seemingly sliced him up, causing Sakura to freak and Sasuke to freeze slightly. 1 down, said one of the ninjas as they ran at Naruto and Sasuke. 2 down, the other said as they got close to Naruto. Naruto, however, quickly pulled out his katana and sliced the chain in 2, separating the 2 ninjas from each other. Sasuke, you take the one on the right, I'll deal with the guy on the left, said Naruto as he got into a battle-ready stance. Got it, replied Sasuke as he engaged his target in hand-to-hand, avoiding the poison claw the ninja had on his left arm. Naruto also quickly engaged his target, expertly avoiding his blows and swipes thanks to his Sharingan that he was hiding with a basic genjutsu. The two sides fought hard for a few minutes with Sasuke having some trouble as the enemy were more skilled than him. Naruto on the other hand found an opening and as his opponent came up from behind him, swiftly turned around and thrusted his sword right into the guy's chest, killing him instantly, making him Naruto's second kill. Kakashi chose that moment to appear and knock the other guy out, ending the fight. Kakashi-sensei? How? I thought they killed you, asked Sakura, who was shocked to see him still alive. I used a genjutsu lace substitution, Sakura explained Kakashi, and I could have taken them out at any time. I just wanted to see how you all would react. And I have to say you all responded the way I thought you would, minus Naruto killing his opponent. That I didn't expect. You killed someone, exclaimed Sakura in horror. We all will have to kill at some point, Sakura replied Naruto, as he cleaned his blade. It's part of the life we chose. Sakura paled terribly after hearing this. How you holding up there, Naruto? Asked Sasuke, who was stunned that Naruto managed to kill and didn't seem overly affected by it. A little ill. He's my second kill I've made, answered Naruto. The first was a traitor I encountered not that long ago. Man, I didn't expect you to have already killed someone, said Sasuke. Was it anyone we knew? Mizuki. He tried to get me to steal for him, and during the confrontation me and Irika had with him, he spilled a S-class secret in which the punishment for doing so is death, answered Naruto. Didn't you wonder what happened to him? That information is also a A-class secret, added Kakashi. We don't need to have the council up in arms about it. Also, I'll be taking credit for this kill as well. And any others Naruto makes until the Chunin exams, where Naruto will completely drop his facade of weakness he has made to fool people. Naruto knew Sakura would talk about what she heard, so he subtly placed a seal that would remove that information from her by the end of the day. He didn't bother with Sasuke as he could trust him with the information. Kakashi, after tying the remaining ninja up, left to interrogate him to find out why they attacked them. Sasuke on the other hand took Naruto to the side and asked, tell me, just how much have you been holding back? From what Kakashi and Gigi have told me, I'm very high genin to mid-level Chunin, answered Naruto, but that's just from my skills. I'm still just a fresh genin in terms of experience. Damn, so you were the real rookie of the year, replied Sasuke. By far I would have, but then there would have been a lot of problems that would have arisen because of it. Mainly from the civilian council, who I've noticed give you anything you want on a silver platter, said Naruto. I know they do, but while it can work wonders for me, said Sasuke, I honestly don't like it that they do, as it makes things way too easy for me. And I enjoy a challenge. Yeah, well, if you want I can tell you where you and Sakura are in terms of strength, said Naruto. Sure, go ahead. I'd like an honest opinion for once, replied Sasuke. For you, Sasuke, I'd put you around mid-genin level, while Sakura is low academy. Very low, answered Naruto. What I don't get is how she even passed in the first place with how bad she is overall, let alone taking the top Kanochi spot. Her mother is on the civilian council, explained Sasuke. I think her mother is a gold digger, and is trying to gain access to my clan's funds to live a better lifestyle, or something along those lines. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true, said Naruto, and I can see that Sakura could become a decent ninja someday, if she set her priorities straight, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, unfortunately. If she lives long enough to do that, noted Sasuke. She isn't going to die on my watch, said Naruto. She's our teammate, and like or not we have to look out for each other. Alright, but I'm not going on a date with her, said Sasuke. Line break. Kakashi soon returned from his interrogation and asked, alright Tenza, is there something you'd like to tell us? Like why ninjas were sent after you? You know of Gato? Asked Tenza, who looked rather uncomfortable with the looks he was getting from Kakashi and Naruto. You mean Gato of Gato Industries? One of the richest men in the world? Asked Kakashi. What about him? While it is true that he runs a shipping company, it's a front for all of his illegal black market dealings, answered Tenza. He set his sights on Wave a little over a year ago, and since then taken complete control of the economy, and my bridge is the only thing that can break his control over us. Given the change in parameters, and the fact you lied about what this mission entails, said Kakashi, we are well in our rights to take you back to Konoha and have you get better protection. But we barely afforded hiring you, exclaimed Tenza, and from what I've seen most of your students can handle it. While Naruto and Sasuke are a cut above the rest, I still can't put them willing in harm's way, replied Kakashi. However, knowing Naruto as well as I do, I know he'll want to keep going despite the risks. So you're in luck. We'll take you home and protect you until the bridge is complete. But in exchange you'll be paying us back over time once your country is back on its feet. I can live with that, said Tenza, and I can't thank you enough for still willing to help me after I lied. Now I'm going to send word for both backup and for someone to come bring this guy in, said Kakashi. Who are they anyway? Asked Sasuke. The Demon Brothers, Chunin level missing nin from the Hidden Mist, answered Kakashi. They have quite the bounty on their heads as well. How much? Asked Naruto. Average B-ranked bounty, answered Kakashi with a shrug, but let's get moving, it's already noon. The group quickly moved on and arrived at the border of fire and Wave, where they were to take a boat across the water shortly before sunset. Let's get across as quickly as possible and get you home, said Kakashi. The group soon made their way across and got to see just how large and impressive a bridge Tenza was building. Wow, look at it, it's so big, whispered Naruto in awe. I told you I was a super bridge builder, replied Tenza with pride. I can build just about anything I put my mind to, so long as I have the workers and supplies to do so. We'll keep that in mind in case we need your expertise in the future, said Kakashi. Hey Tenza, just how much mist appears around this time? Asked Naruto, cause something feels a little off. This is about the normal amount of mist for the area and time of day, so I'm not sure what you're getting at, replied Tenza with some hints of worry in his voice. Keep alert. There might be more enemies up ahead, warned Kakashi. The group then moved carefully, trying to sense any dangers in the area. Suddenly Naruto pulled out a kunai and tossed it into the bushes. When they checked, they saw a snow-white bunny right under the knife, scarred half to death. Naruto! What was that for? Yelled Sakura as she picked up the rabbit and tried to comfort it. You nearly killed a poor innocent creature. Will you be quiet? We're trying to be stealthy here, scolded Kakashi in a harsh whisper. Naruto suddenly heard the sound of something heavy spinning their way and yelled, hit the dirt. Everyone quickly dived to the ground as a large buster-like sword flew over their heads and lodged itself into a nearby tree. A man with cow print pants and wrappings over his mouth landed on the hilt of the blade. Well, if it isn't Kakashi of the Sharingan, no wonder the demon brothers failed, said the man. I'm going to have to ask you to step aside from the old man. I have a contract to complete. Zabuza, one of the former 7 swordsmen of the mist, said Kakashi as everyone got into defensive positions. Stay back, you three. He's way out of your league. I'm not going to ask again. Step away from the old man, warned Zabuza. Sorry, but our mission is to protect Tenza, said Kakashi as he got ready for the fight that was about to accrue, by raising his headband that was covering his Sharingan eye. The Sharingan already, I'm honored. Now looks like I'm going to have to kill you all before I kill the old man, said Zabuza as he jumped off his blade, took it by its hilt, pulled out of the tree in one move and jumped back next to the nearby lake. Then he performed a quick series of hand seals that caused the mist to thicken once they were done. Naruto, that's the hitting in the mist jutsu, noted Kamara. With your affinity to water, you should be able to learn and master it fairly easily. And keep your Sharingan active so you can learn more water jutsus from him. Already one step ahead of you, replied Naruto, as he had activated his Sharingan when he saw the sword coming at them. Zabuza from within the mist unleashed his Ki, and using the projection jutsu called out the 7 different vital points on the body. Sorry, don't remember them all. The atmosphere was a little too much for Sasuke, who thought as he pulled out a kunai, this is just too much, I'm gonna have to. Sasuke, calm down, assured Kakashi as he turned back to face them. I'm not going to let my comrades die. I wouldn't be so sure about that, declared Zabuza, who suddenly appeared between the group ready to cleave them all in two. Naruto quickly pulled out his sword and stabbed Zabuza in one swift motion. This revealed that he had stabbed a water clone as Zabuza turned into water. Well, it appears that one of your students shows promise, noted Zabuza, but for me to recognize you, you need to have blood on your hands. Does killing a traitor and one of the demon brothers count? Asked Naruto darkly. Zabuza was a little bit stunned that a fresh-looking genin had already killed, and one of his kills was very recent. Rather impressive, kid, and you appear to be rather skilled with that blade of yours. Just who are you? Naruto Uzumaki, replied Naruto. Uzumaki, said Zabuza, who quickly put the pieces together, paling considerably, saying the only Uzumaki that was a leaf ninja was the Red Death Kushina, the only person who could take on all 7 of us at once, and still come out on top. Yeah, she's my mother, said Naruto. I mean, she's been in a coma for all this time, which is why no one has seen or heard from her in so long. Zabuza's eyes went wide as he did not want to be on the receiving end of her wrath when she wakes up. So he said with some fear, well then I'll kill everyone. But I very much don't want to have to explain to her why her son died by my hand. Yes, making a S-ranked ninja angry is most defiantly not a good idea, agreed Kakashi, but I'm afraid I'm still not going to let anyone die here today. Fine by me, said Zabuza as he appeared and slashed at Kakashi, cutting him in two. But Kakashi had also created a water clone and switched places with it, as proven when he also turned into water. Both Kakashi and Zabuza both killed water clones of each other a couple of times before Zabuza managed to get a hit in on the real Kakashi, kicking him into the lake. Something doesn't feel right. The water is far too dense, said Kakashi as he began getting out of the water. It ends here, declared Zabuza as he rushed over water prison jutsu, trapping Kakashi in a sphere of water with Zabuza holding it in place with his hand before creating another water clone with one hand seal. Take Tenza and run, yelled Kakashi. Zabuza can't go anywhere while he keeps this jutsu up, and water clones can't go that far from the water. Are you kidding? Said Naruto. We never abandon our teammates, no matter what. I'm with him, Kakashi. We aren't leaving you behind, added Sasuke. Sakura was just too scarred to say or do anything and was frozen stiff as a board since the start of the confrontation. Then let's see what you can do, taunted Zabuza, not really looking towards seeing Kushina if he injures Naruto too much. Be careful, Sasuke. Zabuza is a big threat, warned Naruto. I can see that, replied Sasuke. Zabuza's clone came charging at them with the overhead right swing at Sasuke, who barely managed to jump back out of the way. Naruto came at Zabuza with a horizontal slash at his midsection, but Zabuza blocked the attack with his blade. Fine blade you got there, noted Zabuza's clone. Too bad it can't hold up to mine. Perhaps if you were the real Zabuza, said Naruto, who then grinned, or if I was the real one as well. What? Asked Zabuza's clone right before Naruto exploded in a burst of blue fire, destroying the water clone and creating a black starburst on the ground. Exploding shadow clone, said Zabuza, who was moderately impressed with Naruto's skill so far, but when did he make it? Fox Fireball Jutsu, yelled Naruto as he launched a large ball of blue fire at Zabuza at the same time that Sasuke launched his own fireball jutsu. This forced Zabuza to jump away and let Kakashi go. Naruto, Sasuke, stay back and let me handle this, said Kakashi as he stood on the water. Well, let's see if you can, said Zabuza as he began a sting of hand seals. Kakashi also going through the same hand seals. As both of they finished the hand seals, they called out Water Dragon Jutsu, which caused two massive dragons made of water to rise out of the water and charge at each other. This caused large waves to splash across the lake. The same events as in canon, with Kakashi causing Zabuza to flip out with his mimicry. Can you see into the future? Asked the weakened Zabuza wearily. Yes, and I can see your death, said Kakashi with finality. Suddenly too, Seben, correct if I'm wrong here, needles hit Zabuza in the neck, killing him. Thank you, I've been after him for months now, said a masked ninja as he jumped down from a tree. Let me check to make sure, said Kakashi as he checked for a pulse from Zabuza. Finding none, Kakashi stepped away. Naruto, the bookworm he was, had already figured out that Zabuza was in a death-like state, and that the hunter Nin had been watching them just in case he needed to save Zabuza. But Naruto didn't say anything as it wouldn't do anyone any good at the moment. Now I must dispose of the body, said the ninja as he hefted Zabuza's limp form over his shoulder. Alright, thanks for the help, said Kakashi. The ninja quickly left with Zabuza's body. Kakashi suddenly collapsed. Senshi! Cried Sakura in alarm. Relax, Sakura, he's fine. He just collapsed from chakra exhaustion, assured Naruto. How far is it to your house, Tanza? Asked Sasuke. It's not far from here, replied Tanza. Alright then, let's get moving, said Naruto as he created two shadow clones to carry Kakashi to Tanza's house. Tsunami, I'm home, called Tazuna as he entered his worn-looking two-story home. I'm glad you're alright, said Tsunami as she rushed over and hugged her father, relief clearly written on her face. If it wasn't for these fine ninjas I wouldn't be, said Tazuna. Is there a room where we can set our Senshi down? Asked Naruto. Upstairs, there are 2 rooms you all can use while you're here, answered Tsunami as she pointed up the stairs. Thanks, replied Naruto. It's no problem. And you arrived just in time as I just was starting dinner, said Tsunami. Glad to hear we didn't miss it, said Naruto with a smile. Once Kakashi was set down on the cot in the room, Naruto began using the mystical palm jutsu to help Kakashi recover. What jutsu is that? Asked Sasuke. It's a healing jutsu that I barely can use, as it takes a lot of focus to use it without causing damage instead of healing it, answered Naruto with sweat coming off his brow. Now, be quiet as I do this. Sakura and Sasuke watched as Naruto slowly helped Kakashi heal from the fight they had with Zabuza. An hour later and Kakashi awoke to the sight of Naruto healing him. That's enough, Naruto, said Kakashi, making his return to consciousness. No, I know you have a lot of chakra, but that takes a lot of you mentally. Glad you're alright, Senshi, said Sakura. Yes, I'm glad too, but there's something that doesn't add up from the end of that fight, replied Kakashi. I think I know what it is, but let's not worry about it until tomorrow, said Naruto, and head down for dinner. It should be done by now. And just like he said, Tsunami called to them to let them know dinner was done. It was a somewhat awkward event, as Inari, Tsuname's son, just sat at the table with a look of gloom and doom about him. After dinner and Inari walked off, Naruto asked Tazuna and Tsunami what happened to make such a young boy be so sullen. The two then proceeded to tell the group about Inari's stepfather, who he was very close to and was the village's hero, was killed by Gato in front of everyone shortly after coming to Wave, claiming the man was disruptive to his business. Man, that had to hurt Inari really badly to see his hero die like that, noted Sakura. Yes, it most likely did, agreed Tazuna. His death killed the people's source of hope and strength. That's why I'm building the bridge, so we can regain our hope and strength back and become the proud people we once were. I read that Wave once was trade partners with Whirlpool. Was that true? Asked Naruto. You're and Uzumaki correct? Asked Tazuna. Then I can tell you that yes, our two nations were very close trading partners. That's interesting and all, but why are you asking? Asked Sasuke. Gigi once told me that my clan, like yours, built secret locations to house certain items and the like, and I think there might be one somewhere here in Wave, answered Naruto. If I recall, your mother told your father, who also told me that there was one hidden somewhere in Wave long ago, said Kakashi, and only a Uzumaki can enter it. But we have more important matters at hand at the moment than recovering your clan's lost treasures. I'm aware of that. I just think that before we leave we go try to find it, replied Naruto. If we have the time, said Kakashi with a shrug. Well, I'm off to bed, said Sasuke as he got up from the table. Yes, rest up, agreed Kakashi. There are some important things we need to discuss. Line break. The next morning the group headed out to a nearby clearing to have the discussion Kakashi was talking about the night before. Alright, after thinking about it overnight I've come to the conclusion that Zabuza isn't dead, started Kakashi. What? But you checked to make sure he was dead yourself? Cried Sakura in alarm. I figured that was the case from how he was killed and how that hunter Nin was acting, said Naruto. I knew you'd figure it out on your own, Naruto, said Kakashi. I'm a little confused, said Sasuke. It was the weapons the hunter Nin used, explained Kakashi. Samban needles are rarely used to kill and are mostly used in medical practices. Plus hunter Nins are meant to just take their target's head and any weapons they're well known for, before destroying the body, no matter who's around, added Naruto. We're lucky that Zabuza is going to take about a week to recover from his death-like state. So what are we going to do in the meantime? Asked Sasuke. Suddenly a 5-foot-tall two-tailed black fox ran out of the underbrush, scaring the heck out of Sakura, who screeched, "Ie! Kitsune! Kill it before it kills us all!" Excuse me? Yelled Naruto. I know the Lord of Kitsunes attacked the village 12 years ago, but come on. Not all of them are like that. I concur with Naruto. though I am interested in what it wants, said Sasuke. Kakashi was already aware of Shade and the kitsune got along with his pack of nin dogs, which reminded him summoning jutsu. And suddenly a pack of 5 different dogs appeared. About time you called, said Pakin. The little pug out of the group, we were wondering when you summon us. Sorry about that, apologized Kakashi, but now that you're here I do have a mission for you. And what would that be? Asked Pakin. I need you to locate Gato's lair, answered Kakashi. On it, said Pakin, as he led the other dogs off into the woods. Mind if I help? Asked Shade, which freaked Sakura out. Sure, go right ahead, replied Naruto. Shade then ran off after the dogs to join them. What? Didn't you know summon animals can talk? Asked Naruto when he saw Sakura's face. No, replied Sakura in a small voice. Irika covered that in class. How can you not know that? Asked Sasuke in disbelief. Anyway, getting back on topic, Cut and Kakashi, the 3 of you will be training until Zabuza returns. What kind of training? Asked Naruto. Well, for Sasuke and Sakura I'm going to teach you the tree climbing exercise, while you Naruto get to learn the kunai balancing one, replied Kakashi. Using shadow clones for that, quickly stated Naruto. I don't want to injure myself too badly when I get it wrong. Why does Naruto get to learn something else? Demanded Sakura. Because Naruto already knows the tree climbing and water walking exercises. With his chakra reserves being so large he needs to constantly work on his control, answered Kakashi. If Naruto can do it, then this can't be hard, said Sakura. With how small your reserves are, you should pick this exercise up rather quickly, noted Kakashi, but for Sasuke, who has larger reserves, will have a harder time. And by the way, Sakura, it took me a week to learn tree climbing and a month to learn water walking, added Naruto, and that was with the help of my shadow clones. But they're just clones, how would they help? Asked Sakura. It's a secret property of the clones that I'm not going to tell you, answered Naruto. Yes, now you two follow my clone who will get you started on your training, said Kakashi as he created said clone while I get Naruto started on his training. Once Kakashi and Naruto were far enough away, Kakashi asked, alright Naruto, what is it that you have planned? I'm going to find Gato and steal everything he has before handing him over to the people of Wave, so they can deal with him, answered Naruto. Good idea, said Kakashi, but when are you going to do it? If you want, I can start right now, answered Naruto. I can make an army of shadow clones easily, so it won't take me long to find his hideout. Alright, said Kakashi, make about 100 clones for your training while you head out with some more clones and go look for Gato's lair. But be back before dark as not to arouse suspicions. Got it, Kakashi Sensei, replied Naruto, as he followed his orders and ran off in his full kitsune form. Now to make sure Sakura doesn't bother Sasuke too much, said Kakashi as he headed back to his 2 other students. Line break. The first day didn't turn up anything except just how bad Gato made things for the people in Wave. This made Naruto furious to the point that he slaughtered a small group of Gato's men when they tried to force themselves onto a group of women ranging from the ages 5 to 35. The females were grateful for him saving them from the vile men and told him of a lead to where Gato's lair might be. The next day Naruto found himself in a large clearing full of different herbs and decided to lay down and take a break. Little did he know that Haku, the fake hunter nin, was headed to the clearing to gather some of the herbs to help Zabuza heal faster. It's that boy Master Zabuza was afraid of harming, noted Haku when he saw Naruto laying the middle of the clearing. What is he doing out here? As Haku got closer to Naruto he noticed that Naruto was still very much alert, even though he was resting. What is it that you need? Asked Naruto from his position on the ground. And if it's to try to kill me, just to forewarn you, it's not a good idea. Oh no, I'm out here gathering herbs to help a friend recover, assured Haku, who got the feeling that Naruto wasn't bluffing. Oh? Well then, what herbs do you need? Asked Naruto as he sat up and got a good look at the person he was talking to. Haku was a young man not much older that was wearing rather gender-confusing cloths along with his long hair and fair skin. Naruto might mistake him as a girl. He also noted that he was clearly trained in the ninja arts by how his posture was. This made Naruto figure out that this person was most likely to be the fake hunter nin from before, but didn't sense any hostile intent from the person, which meant he didn't need to attack Haku to protect himself. It's this one, answered Haku as he showed the herbs that he already had in the basket he was carrying. I see. Well, let's get started, said Naruto. As the two gathered the herbs Haku needed, they made small talk and got to know a little about each other. Tell me, what do you think true power comes from? Asked Haku. From those that are precious to you and the will to do anything to keep them safe, answered Naruto. It is good to know you know the source of true strength, unlike so many others, replied Haku with a sad tone. Well, I think we gathered enough, said Naruto as he noted that the basket was quite full. Yes, thank you very much for your help, thanked Haku as he began walking away. Yes, and tell Zabuza that he best rethink his contract with Gato. That little dirtball doesn't seem like the type to uphold his contracts if it means saving money, replied Naruto as he stood some feet away. Haku quickly tensed and said, you knew all this time who I was? Yet didn't attack, why? For one, we currently aren't enemies as our interests aren't in conflict at the moment, answered Naruto, and also, I can see the same loneliness I've felt more often than I care to admit in your eyes. That tells me something tragic happened in your life that left you all alone with no one to care for you before Zabuza found you. You're correct, replied Haku, who then proceeded to tell Naruto his life story and why he's so loyal to Zabuza. I knew Zabuza wasn't all bad, deep down that is, said Naruto, and I'm sure he sees you more than a tool after spending so much time with you. Perhaps, but what happens now? Replied Haku. I'm not entirely sure, answered Naruto sadly. I think we might have to face each other once Zabuza recovers. Yes, and our dreams will clash to see whose is stronger, replied Haku. I only wish that if things were different we could have been friends. Who says we can't? Asked Naruto. I don't hold it against you for being on the other side, Haku. It's just how things played out. Same here. Now I must be going, said Haku, as he quickly left the clearing. Man, I really hope I can find Gato and stop him before Zabuza recovers, sighed Naruto. Line break. The day after Naruto met Haku, he found Gato's hideout, and began scoping it out to see what he could steal and also where the little sleazeball slept. But Naruto figured that by the time he made all the sealing scrolls and everything else he needed to end Gato, Zabuza would have recovered and come after Tazuna again. Make some clones to go raid Gato's lair, and hopefully we can hold Zabuza and his partner off long enough to void his contract by killing Gato, said Kakashi when Naruto reported back to him. I hope so too, agreed Naruto. So Naruto went ahead and started making a large number of storage scrolls so he could cart off with all of Gato's wealth and documents for his own use. The night before Zabuza was thought to come back, Inari became fed up with how Team 7 was acting and yelled out, "You think you can just come around here acting all happy? You know nothing about our pain." The room got very cold very fast as Naruto became enraged and stormed out the door as not to do something he'd regret. Inari, tell me this, said Sasuke in a hard tone. Did you have almost your entire clan wiped out by an older brother you looked up to for so long? Or be treated like scum by most of your fellow peers for some unknown reason like Naruto? No, replied Inari in a small voice. Well, what Sasuke said is very much true, said Kakashi. Naruto doesn't even know his own parents, as one died the night of his birth, while the other fell into a coma, and still hasn't recovered from on the same night. Inari ran off to sit out on the pier to think about what he just learned. Kakashi came over to him to talk to him more privately. You know, between Naruto and Sasuke, Naruto has had his far worse, started Kakashi. There aren't that many people who like Naruto, let alone treat him like a normal human. Instead they think of him as the monster that attacked the village the night he was born. What? Asked Inari in surprise. Of course Naruto never let it get to him, continued Kakashi. In fact, he very rarely cries. Guess he just learned that it won't make things better, and just moves on to make people see him for who he is. And the fact that there is always someone who has it worse than you somewhere out there in the world. Inari looked down. Ashamed, he thought that his life was worse than anyone else. And just to let you know, Naruto has been rather stressed lately, and touching on such a touchy subject is what made him snap, said Kakashi. He'll be fine once he blows off some steam. Line break. Naruto was indeed blowing off some steam by vaporizing the environment in his rage that was just barely being controlled. Naruto, calm down, cried Kamara in alarm. Don't let your anger consume you, or you'll become the very thing the villagers think you are. Intriguing, replied Naruto through the haze he was in. Listen to me, said Kamara. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to teach you something so that you can release your rage all at once, as it will take a lot out of you after you use it. I didn't care, just teach my, grunted Naruto. Alright, first you'll have to be in your full kitsune form, then gather as much chakra as you can to your mouth while at the same time pointing your tails forward. Once you've done that, swallow it, and hold it for a moment before firing it, preferably up into the sky as not to injure anyone, instructed Kamara. Naruto did as he was told, and after changing forms, gathered as much chakra as he could, swallowed and held it until he felt fit to burst before opening his mouth skyward, letting the energy out in a massive beam of raw energy. This beam was so large that it could be seen miles away all across wave. Those who saw it could feel the power and rage behind it. Did Naruto just learn the tailed beast's ball? Thought Kakashi when he saw the beam of energy. At least it appears that Naruto let off a lot of pent-up anger with it. Hope he's alright. Shade quickly came over to Naruto as he had been on the sidelines watching over Naruto rage about, and when the final attack ended came over to the now human Naruto who was passed out, picked him up with his tails, set him on his back and headed back to Tazuna's house so Naruto could recover. Care to explain what happened? Asked Kakashi when he saw Shade bring Naruto. Kyuubi taught him the tailed beast blast to release the anger that was trying to consume him, answered Shade. It's dangerous for us to get so angry, or we'll go on a rampage until we either eliminate why we're so angry, or manage to calm down, destroying anything that stands in our way. I see, said Kakashi, and with Naruto being part kitsune he's vulnerable to succumbing to his anger more easily than say Sasuke is? Right, there are ways to get us to stop, but depending on just how angry we are it can be dangerous to try, replied Shade. I'm going to stay with Naruto until he wakes up to keep an eye on him. How long till he wakes? Asked Kakashi, knowing Naruto. Sometime after breakfast, and you all head out to the bridge, answered Shade, which might be a good thing as this Gato might try something against Tazuna's family soon to get him to stop working on the bridge. Naruto has had some clones keep an eye on them just in case that happens since we got here. But yes, you're correct on that line of thinking, said Kakashi, though fighting Zabuza and his partner will be a lot harder until he joins us. Don't worry about it too much. In fox form Naruto should arrive within minutes after he wakes up, assured Shade, but he most likely isn't going to do that with that pink bimbo around. I agree with you on that one, agreed Kakashi. I'm just not sure what to do with her. Send her to someone who'll either fix her behavior, or stop being a ninja completely, suggested Shade, like that crazy snake lady. As much as I'd like to, said Kakashi, as he hung his head. Her mother would make things incredibly hard for us if we tried that. Line break. The next morning Sasuke woke up to the sight of the kitsune he saw before sleeping atop Naruto, who looked a lot better emotionally than the night before. Sasuke also noticed that the kitsune had shrunk down to the size of a normal fox, as not to crush Naruto under his weight. Did you bring Naruto in last night? Asked Sasuke. Yes, poor kid nearly lost control over himself and completely exhausted himself out, letting all his anger out, replied Shade, turning his head to face Sasuke, who noted the bright green eyes staring at him. So I brought him back when I found him passed out. Why help Naruto so much? Asked Sasuke in confusion. Let's just say I met him not that long ago, answered Shade. If you want to know more, asked Naruto, as it's his tale to tell. You going to follow us back to the village? Because a lot of people there don't like your kind, asked Sasuke. If you're referring to the Kyuubi attack, then they'll just have to deal with it, said Shade. Plus I can hide my extra tail and pass as a normal fox. Well, just try to not scare Sakura. I really don't want to hear her scream this early in the morning, begged Sasuke. Don't plan to, replied Shade before going back to sleep. Ah, good, you're awake, greeted Kakashi as Sasuke came down the stairs. I noticed Naruto's back, replied Sasuke. Looks a lot better than when he ran off. Yes, I'm glad that's the case, said Kakashi, but it's going to take a little bit longer for him to rouse from his slumber. Lazy bones, coughed Sakura while she ate. The others gave her a hard glare for it. Anyway, from my calculations, Zabuza should come back today, said Kakashi, so check your weapons and be ready for a fight. Shouldn't we wait for Naruto? Asked Sasuke. Why? Asked Sakura, who then said dreamily, you're 10 times better than he is. Right, I'm the one who went toe-to-toe with Zabuza in a sword fight and lived to tell about it, said Sasuke sarcastically. Precisely, said Sakura, as in her head that's what happened. Everyone facepalmed from how disillusioned Sakura was about things. Line break. Sometime after the others left with Tazuna to go to the bridge to try to finish it, and most likely face Zabuza again. Naruto woke up to find Shade sleeping on his chest, back in his room at Tazuna's house. Ugh, my throat feels so dry, moaned Naruto as he began to sit up, waking Shade in the process. Happens when you use the tailed beast bomb before you're meant to, said Shade, but it was the only thing Lord Kamara could think of that would drain you enough to pass out and lose the anger that almost consumed you. Tailed beast bomb? What is that? Asked Naruto. It's a Bijuu's most powerful attack. Your father based his iconic attack after seeing it, answered Kamara as he manifested himself. Those who are made to contain us can learn how to use it as well, but with some rather bad drawbacks. But since I'm part kitsune, that doesn't apply to me? Asked Naruto. Correct, answered Kamara, but don't go using it all the time. You're still not developed enough to use it yet. How many tails would I need before I'm ready to use it? Asked Naruto. 8, answered Kamara. You would need 8 tails before you can use it without passing out immediately afterwards. How many you'll be able to do without draining yourself too much? I don't know. Okay, tailed beast ball don't use unless absolutely necessary, noted Naruto. Or have allies nearby who can cover you while you recover. The more tails the less time it'll take, said Kamara, and the more powerful they'll be. Is there a way to use it before I gain 8 tails? Asked Naruto. Like practice? Or something? True. That would work, conceded Kamara, but where would you go to master it? Good point, grumbled Naruto. Anyway, I take it Kakashi already left for the bridge? Yes, they left not that long ago, answered Shade. Good, said Naruto as he stood up and filled the room with shadow clones. You all are to head to Gato's lair and pick it clean of anything of value. Got it, boss, said all the clones before jumping out the window single file. Now let's see what's for breakfast, said Naruto, right before hearing the front door being broken down. The window was on the other side of the building than the front, so the two thugs didn't see Naruto's clones leave. Naruto quickly ran down the stairs to see Inari try to save his mom from 2 wannabe swordsmen, one of which went to strike Inari down. But before that could happen, Naruto appeared behind the 2 men and stabbed them both with their own swords. Such wonderful craftsmanship gone to waste on such foul men, said Naruto with distaste. Naruto! Cried Inari. Glad he and his mother were saved. Inari, you're the man of the house, so take care of your mother, said Naruto as he tossed one of the swords at him, which Inari managed to catch. Odd to be given such a fine weapon, and nodded to Naruto. Now to go help my team, said Naruto as he ran off to join them. Line break. Team 7 and Tazuna arrived at the bridge to find all the workers on the ground knocked out and a thick mist covering the end of the bridge. Looks like Zabuza is indeed alive, noted Kakashi. Mihiha laughed Zabuza as he emerged from within the mist. Indeed I am. Now hand over the old man and I'll let you live. Not a chance, replied Kakashi. Good, I like it better that way, said Zabuza with a good amount of bloodlust, and made a batch of water clones to surround the group. Sasuke, do it, snapped Kakashi. Sasuke quickly took out all the clones in one swift motion and a smirk on his face. Looks like you have some competition, Haku, noted Zabuza. Indeed, agreed Haku as he also emerged from the mist. I knew you were working with him, said Kakashi. I will do anything to protect Zabuza, said Haku with an incredible amount of conviction. My student against yours? Asked Zabuza with a grin. Of course we aren't going to stay out of the fun. Sakura, stay back and protect Tazuna, ordered Kakashi. Hi! Called Sakura, who moved to keep Tazuna safe. Gee, I feel real safe now, said Tazuna sarcastically as he didn't feel any safer with Sakura guarding him. Sasuke and Haku quickly engaged, Saban against Kunai at the same time Kakashi and Zabuza did with Kunai against Sabanto? Where's the last one? Asked Zabuza. I know he'd be here if he could. Passed out last night after learning a new move to blow off some pent-up anger, was all Kakashi said. Zabuza paused for a moment as he and Haku saw that attack and were very much afraid of being on the receiving end of it. That was him. Yep, Naruto is the most unpredictable ninja from the village hidden in the leaves in a long time, said Kakashi with pride, and with how fast he recovers, he'll be here soon. Then I'd better end this before then, said Zabuza as he made the mist even thicker. The rest of the fight goes on same as in canon. Now to Sasuke and Haku's fight. I see we're similarly matched, noted Haku, as both him and Sasuke were blade locked, but I have one advantage. Oh yeah, what would that be? Asked Sasuke, not believing him. This was Haku's reply as he began doing on-handed seals. Incredible, noted Kakashi when he saw that Naruto is the only other person I know who can do that. That must mean Haku is rather skilled himself. 1,000 flying water needles of death, said Haku when he finished the hand seals, causing a large amount of needles made of water to form a few feet off the ground before streaking towards Sasuke, who barely managed to jump over the attack and launch a great fireball at Haku, who jumped back out of the way. Looks like we are even, said Sasuke, who liked having a challenge for once. But for how long? Asked Haku as he began another string of hand seals, crystal ice mirrors. Suddenly the air became bitter cold and 13 mirrors made of ice formed around Sasuke, trapping him inside. Now let's see who's faster, said Haku as he merged into one of the mirrors and began moving at high speeds, throwing a volley of Saban needles at Sasuke with each pass. Hee, your student is done for, said Zabuza once Haku uses that jutsu. No one can escape, not even me. Don't count Sasuke out just yet. He has his own hidden trick up his sleeve, replied Kakashi. After a large number of attacks and Sasuke finding out that his fire isn't going to do anything against the ice, he focused on trying to avoid getting hit. Sakura also tried to help by throwing a kunai to him, but Haku caught it and tossed it over the side of the bridge when he noticed how poor quality it was. Honestly, how is it she's a ninja? Asked Haku. That kunai was just insulting with how bad it was. Her gold digger of a mother is on the civilian council, replied Sasuke with a painful sigh. Zabuza and Haku both got a look of stunned confusion for a few moments before continuing their attacks. Just then a large ball of blue fire crashed into one of the mirrors, shattering it instantly, and a gray blur landed inside the dome of mirrors, while a black one landed next to Tazuna and Sakura. Of course the two blurs were Naruto and Shade, who had finally arrived. Eep! Yelled Sakura in fear when Shade landed next to her in a defensive position. Now I feel safe, said Tazuna. Hey Sasuke, how you holding up? Asked Naruto with concern. Could be better, but I wish you stayed outside so we could attack on two fronts, replied Sasuke painfully as the mirror Naruto destroyed reformed. Oops, didn't think about that when I jumped, and apologized Naruto sheepishly. Looks like the blonde brat is here, said Zabuza when he noticed Naruto's arrival. What kind of fire was that though? It completely destroyed Haku's ice. The tide has turned, Zabuza, said Kakashi. He changes nothing, yelled Zabuza as the two went back to their fight. So we're fighting a Uchiha, noted Naruto, who activated his Sharingan and hit it with a genjutsu. What do you mean by that? Asked Sasuke. I read that the Yuki clan had a Kekkei Genkai that allowed them to create ice by combining water and wind, answered Naruto. I see, said Sasuke. You're well informed, noted Haku before launching another volley of Saban. I like to read just about anything I can get my hands on, said Naruto, as he easily avoided getting hit. Gotta move faster, said Sasuke to himself as Haku kept up his barrage of Saban. And just like that, Sasuke started seeing things move slower and began being able to keep track of Haku and avoid getting hit more. Hey Sasuke, look, said Naruto when he saw Sasuke's eyes had changed into the Sharingan. What? Asked Sasuke as he turned to look at Naruto, noticing the genjutsu over his eyes and that he had finally gained the Sharingan from his reflection in the mirror behind Naruto. When Sasuke removed the genjutsu for himself, he was shocked to see that Naruto had what appeared to be the Sharingan as well, but looked different in both the color, the tomes, and the number of them in each eye. 3 to be exact. Naruto noticed that Sasuke had removed the genjutsu's effect on him, and saw his eyes go wide when he saw his own, but ignored it to say, time to end this, Kitsun style. Fox Firestorm Jutsu. Summoning up a wild vortex of blue fire that completely obliterated the crystal ice mirrors and sent Haku flying back a good 10 feet. I want an explanation after this, said Sasuke. Fine, but not around Sakura, replied Naruto. She's way too much of a blabbermouth for what I have to say. Fair enough for me, agreed Sasuke, who agreed with Naruto's sentiments about Sakura's inability to keep a secret. Naruto walked over to Haku, who was slightly burned from the attack he just used, and asked, feeling alright? Cough, not really, replied Haku, who, while not burned horribly, was almost out of chakra. Now what shall you do? Asked Naruto. You've been beaten. I serve no use to Zabuza, replied Haku painfully, and shamefully. Kill me, Naruto Uzumaki. I have nothing left to live for. Are you crazy? Demanded Naruto. Just because you've lost doesn't mean you are of no use anymore. It was at this time the sound of a large number of chirping birds was heard coming from where Kakashi and Zabuza were, and what they saw was Zabuza being restrained by Kakashi's Nin dogs and Kakashi holding what appeared to be lightning in his hand. I told you I saw your death, said Kakashi as he tensed up. Now die. Chidori. Kakashi began running at high speeds with his electrified hand forward for a jab. It appears I have one use left, said Haku as he created 2 ice mirrors and moved to take the hit for Zabuza. However, Naruto moved just as fast and shoved Haku out of the way just as Kakashi reached them, taking a full Chidori to the chest, which caused his Sharingan to change into its final stage, the Mangekyo Sharingan, with the design becoming that of what appeared to be 9 fox-like tails spiraling out from his pupil. And a Naruto! Exclaimed Kakashi in alarm, having flashbacks to Rin's death at his hand. Gah! Dang it, that hurt! Cried Naruto in pain as he removed Kakashi's hand. I'm lucky that hit my left lung and not my heart, or that would have killed me in one shot. Kakashi saw the wound slowly heal, though Naruto was having trouble breathing due to his punctured lung. Hey Zabuza, just what is Haku to you anyway? Demanded Naruto as he turned his head to face the stunned man. He almost died for you. And you better damn not lie to me, or I'll kill you here and now. Suddenly slow clapping was heard at the foot of the bridge. When everyone looked they saw a midget of a man in a cheap tux surrounded by a large number of thugs. So much for the demon of the mist, mocked Gato, more like a baby demon. What's the meaning of this? Demanded Zabuza. Paying for ninjas from the villages is so expensive, and they don't like it when I kill their ninjas. Nasty business that. Now missing Nin on the other hand, no one cares if I off them once they've served their purpose, said Gato. So you hire out a large number of thugs to take care of ninjas who are worn out after they're done battling, said Kakashi. You sicken me. Hey kid, toss me a knife, said Zabuza. I'll do you one better, said Naruto, who tossed over Fox Wind with it activated for him. Zabuza grabbed the hilt with his teeth, as his arms were rendered useless thanks to Kakashi, and charged the group of thugs, cutting down any who got in his way to Gato. Stop him! Cried Gato as he tried to run away, only to be stopped by a shadow clone of Naruto's who had a lot of scrolls tied to his back. Just where do you think you're going? Asked the clone as Zabuza got closer and closer, as well as taking more and more fatal injuries to the back. Now let's see who the real demon is, joked Zabuza when we go to hell. Who then proceeded to slice Gato's head clean off. Zabuza then collapsed to the ground from his wounds. Hey, you killed our meal ticket! Cried one of the thugs in anger. Leave now if you want to live, threatened Naruto as he summoned more foxfire around him. A good deal of the thugs fled in terror, but the rest of the idiots stood their ground, only to be turned to ash when Naruto used his Kitsune style foxfire vortex on them. Bring me to Haku, please, asked Zabuza as he was dying. Zabuza, why? Begged Haku, who was crying his eyes out. What am I to do now? Haku, listen to me, said Zabuza. While it was true I once only saw you as nothing but a tool, I've come to see you as my own son. Zabuza, cried Haku. Haku, follow your own path from now on, said Zabuza. I don't mean to completely forget my dream of a better Mist village, but find your own way to make it happen. Also go with them to the Hidden Leaf village, they'll be able to help, and they respect bloodlines, unlike Mist. Alright, Zabuza, replied Haku. Also, I know you aren't a swordsman, so I want you with Naruto's help finding the one to inherit my blade, as I don't want someone unworthy to get their hands on it, or any Mist ninjas until the village stops their vile ways, said Zabuza. I will honor your request, Zabuza, said Haku. Thank you, son, said Zabuza as he closed his eyes and died with a smile on his face. Inari and the rest of the villagers arrived soon after to see Gato dead, and a lot of ash on the bridge as well as the ninjas standing over the body of Zabuza. What happened here? Asked one of the villagers. Who cares? Gato's dead, cried another villager. Line break. The people of Wave soon celebrated the end of Gato's reign of terror with joy and cheer that hasn't been seen since the man came to Wave. During that time Team 7 and Haku cremated Zabuza's body, with Haku being given an urn to hold his ashes. With Gato dead we'll be able to finish the bridge with ease, said Tazuna that night, and with the Gato's wealth you have given us we'll be able to rebuild our land much easier. All in the day's work for a ninja, said Naruto. Yes, and I'm sure the remaining assets you kept from Gato will cover the cost of the mission? Replied Tazuna. That's correct, said Kakashi, as well as the cost of us helping you finish the bridge. What? But I can't do heavy work, cried Sakura, who didn't like the idea of heavy lifting. Sakura, I'd never make you work on the bridge, said Kakashi, but you can bring drinks and snacks while we work. And no focusing on Sasuke, or you will regret it. Line break. Once the celebrations ended everyone helped finish the bridge in any way they could. Naruto also had shadow clones keep an eye out, just in case. The bridge was finished within the week and Team 7 along with Haku were ready to head back to Konoha. Thank you for everything you've done for us, thanked Tazuna. You are all welcome back anytime. Do you really have to go? Asked Inari with tears in his eyes. I'm afraid so, Inari, replied Naruto as he adjusted the straps to the katana that Inari took to wearing on his back. Actually, if it isn't too much to ask, started Tsunami, if Inari wants, he can go with you to learn to be a ninja. Really? Asked Inari with big eyes. If you want to become a ninja, said Naruto, you must understand that it's a hard life, full of hard sacrifices you will not want to make. But it can also be very rewarding, added Kakashi, especially with good friends who have your back no matter what. So Inari, are you willing to leave behind your simple life and join the ranks of Konoha's ninjas? Asked Naruto seriously. Once you make your choice, it's not something you can easily walk away from. Inari thought about it for a few moments, but then decided, I'll come with you and learn the ways of the shinobi and take life by both arms. That's good to hear, replied Naruto happily. Lord Hokage is going to gripe about this. I know it, sighed Kakashi from the side. Back in the village, Hiruzen suddenly got shivers up his spine. Why do I get the feeling that even more paperwork is on the way? Pondered Hiruzen with a shudder. Inari gave his mother and grandfather hugs and left with Team 7 and Haku to Konoha. Well, all that is left is to name the bridge, said one of the villagers. How about the Great Naruto Bridge, in honor of the one who restored our land's hope and dreams, said Tazun, and also brought our beloved Inari back from his darkness. Everyone agreed with the name, and soon a plaque was made and placed on the two ends of the bridge. Line break. As the group made their way back, Naruto told Inari about Konohamaru, the grandson of Hiruzen Sarutobi, also known as the third Hokage and the leader of the village, who was his age and thought that they'd get along rather well. As I should also tell you that Konohamaru and his two friends come to me all the time for advice on their studies, said Naruto. I'm not looking forward to the academy, but I hope I get your old teacher, said Inari. The academy is great for making friends and possibly rivals, said Naruto. Do you have any friends? Asked Haku. Sure, they're on other teams so we don't see each other as often as we like, but we're still friends, answered Naruto. I'm sure you'll love them. It'll be nice to have some friends and a stable roof over my head, said Haku. Hey Naruto? Asked Sasuke. Yes, Sasuke? Replied Naruto, who came over to him. Any idea on Inari's potential? Asked Sasuke. Not sure right now, answered Naruto. I find out when we get home. Alright, replied Sasuke. It took the group a little less time than it took to get to Wave, as they were able to move slightly faster, as Inari was slightly faster than normal civilian children his age, though ninja children would still be faster than him. Hey Haku, I've been meaning to ask, said Sakura, are you a boy or a girl? It's hard to tell. I'm a boy, answered Haku. I only really dressed the way I did as to confuse those after me in Zabuza. I plan on changing my look after I settle in. When the group arrived, both Haku and Inari were all struck by how large the walls were to the village, as well as the gate they were headed to. Names please, asked one of the guards. Kakashi Hatake, leader of Team 7, which consists of Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha, and Naruto Uzumaki. We also have 2 others with us who wish to join us, answered Kakashi. Alright, then head to the Hokage to inform him of this, said one of the guards, who sent a quick distasteful look at Naruto. Line break. The group quickly made their way to the Hokage's tower and Hiruzen's office and knocked on the door. Come in, called Hiruzen. When the group entered, Hiruzen was surprised to see someone slightly older than Naruto with clear ninja training and a boy the same age as his own grandson walking around with a sword strapped to his back. I'm sure there's an explanation for this, said Hiruzen with a sigh. And boy was it one, as the members of Team 7 gave Hiruzen their individual reports one-on-one, as to not be influenced by their peers. Then he questioned Haku and Inari on what happened as well. Well, as the leader of this village I welcome you, said Hiruzen. Now until I sort out your living arrangements, you two will be staying with me at my home. So I get to meet Konohamaru? Asked Inari. Naruto said we'd get along. Yes, I'm sure, replied an amused Hiruzen. Now take the rest of the week off to recover. You've had quite the experience, I must say. Thank you, Lord Hokage, said Kakashi with a bow before leaving via Shushin. See you later, Gigi, called Naruto, who jumped out the open window and ran across the rooftops home. It was a pleasure, sir, bowed Sasuke, who walked off, with Sakura tailing behind him trying to get a date with him. That girl is more trouble than she's worth, mumbled Hiruzen. If only her mother wasn't on the council. Hey, what do we do? Asked Inari. Follow me and I'll show you my place until I find somewhere for you to live, answered Hiruzen. What about where Naruto lives? Asked Haku. I heard he lives in an apartment complex on the way here. Ah yes, the Uzumaki apartment, said Hiruzen. Naruto actually owns the place, and I'm sure he'd be more than happy for you two to live there. Wow, he owns his own place, said Inari and all. It is indeed. In fact, he even took control over Gato's shipping business, and while gave most of it to the village, kept a small portion of it to sell his own products further abroad, as well bring in more materials to make those products, said Hiruzen, as well as having an easier way to cross the ocean if he ever needs to. Cool, said Inari, still in awe. What if Naruto secretly runs from Konoha? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoyed this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel, and leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.